But yeah, feel free to talk.
Are we audio live now so everyone can
Oh
hear
yeah.
the music?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yes. Good stuff. It's been a fun like week and a half. If you look in our team Discord, I actually put out a video of how we did the gender reveal.
Oh yeah. Oh, you did in the Discord?
Yeah, and in our private team one.
Yep. I just saw the photos.
Oh,
I'll have to check that out.
yeah, I'll have to send you the full video because my father-in-law took it just to get our reactions because my mother-in-law, she's more extra than my wife is.
That's quite a bit for you guys, just so you know.
Yeah.
You say
But,
that like
yeah.
I don't play with you guys.
Yeah, no, I don't think you get the full picture though until you meet these people. And Emily comes to work not just randomly, but when I worked with her, she like for different events. One of them she brought her blow up bodysuit unicorn thing.
Yes.
That is
She
not
wore
an
a
uncommon
dinosaur.
thing in their family.
Yeah, she wore a T-Rex one year into the office. She's got 2 human blobs, a red and an orange and a blue one. And she and one of the other coworkers did a dance party while wearing these blow-up bodysuits.
Ooh, with the level up, I now have access to 4th level spells.
Ooh, looks like I need to up the
Yeah,
ante on all my guys then.
I texted Rory, I was like, hey, I have this spell I would like to take, just so you know.
Yeah, I'm like
Too nice.
16. I'm like 1,600 points away from level 8. I'm like so close. I can't wait to see what I can do when I do hit that. I was looking at like multi-classing, but all of my multi-classes literally require a charisma that I don't have.
Can you up your charisma? You're a paladin.
Not till a couple other level ups unless I were to go through and redo all my stuff.
Yeah.
That's the problem. So like, when I rolled this character way back when, I rolled crap. So like, if you go into the campaign, you can view all of our character sheets. Like, this is what I rolled. It was bad. It was
Guys,
so bad.
4th level druid spells are pretty fun, I gotta say.
That's okay, Tom. I'll just get a couple of those Satari on you. That's
No, absolutely not. No. We don't need to have Shenanigans come out.
yeah.
Which, by the way, is going to be my next character name. Is going to be Shenanigans.
Oh.
I've already got it built up.
So I probably just created a monster with you, didn't I, Katie?
Why?
Well, you got 4th level spells now, and you have that staff.
Yeah, that is, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw the stats for that staff, I was like, does he know how overpowered this is? I mean, I'm not gonna complain, but...
You heard that wrong. She didn't say overpowered. She said perfectly balanced.
Perfectly
Yes.
balanced. Yes. I believe
Beautifully
that. That's
balanced.
definitely what I meant to
Hopefully,
say.
what I did though is yes, it is. It was worse in his hands. I just forgot to use half the stuff.
Yeah, I will, yeah. It's definitely...
And so there's the charges on it though, the daily charges, and even the recuperating charges can be diminishing. So unless
What do
you
you
roll,
mean?
well, because I forget what it is, but if you use,
I read the full sheet.
if you use a portion of them, right, your re-roll to gain your charges back. I think you have a max of 8, and I think it's a 1d8 or a d6 to recoup.
Yeah, something like that.
So it can be continually diminishing if you continually use it.
Right, yes.
That's one of the limiting factors.
The thing that's so nice about it is like when we have a couple fights in a row, I find myself being limited on my spell slots. Like because I mean, not that really like all I can do is cast spells or summon things, obviously,
Yeah.
right? But I'm not doing any great damage with my shillelagh. So
Right.
it's nice that I have something else
Yep.
too that can like cast stuff.
Yep. And I think one of them on there is speak with animals, right? So
Yeah.
what
I
a
actually
nice one
unprepared that because I was like this way because that was taking up one of my spots.
Yes.
That,
It's such a
I
bummer.
was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and actually, when we were originally playing with like the RPG Scribe, like Pathfinder-ish
Yep.
rules, speak with animals was, I think, maybe a cantrip for my character, just because of the like difference in rules. And then it became a first level spell, and I was like, oh, now this is totally different. Like I can't just speak with them whenever I want, you know?
All
Yep,
I will
yep.
say is swapping from the 3.5 Pathfindery rules to 5e for Jubilee took her from being literally just the cutest, most useless NPC that was part of the party to actually doing damage now.
Honestly, Taylor, imagine that you were playing Jubilee, Bard Jubilee at this level. You'd have some crazy stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
Warlocks. You also have some
I was
crazy
gonna
stuff.
say Warlock for me is like my comfort class. Like every character that I play ends up multi-classing in Warlock just because I love it so much. And funny enough, like, you know, Rory and I had spoken about what was Rory and I had spoken about like what was gonna happen to Jubilee. And when he said, you know, we're gonna swap to Warlock, I was like, I didn't even like have to ask for this. I didn't have to ask if we could multi-class or anything.
I will say that I was thinking last time when I knew that we were getting closer to leveling up, I was like, is there anything? I've never multi-classed. I always like play through and through straight, whatever I am. And I'm like, does it make sense for Cricket to multi-class in something? And actually, it's funny because I feel like if Vantalord wasn't going through this like nonsense that he's going through, I feel like Cricket has kind of paladin vibes. Like I feel like she's shifting towards being this like protector, leader kind of personality, where she was like very much a loner before. I feel like now she's sort of like, I want to like protect a group that I'm with, which like kind of feels paladin-y. But because Vantalord is becoming a like evil paladin, I feel like she definitely does not want that vibe.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because I don't think if you go Oathbreaker, are you allowed to multi-class?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was gonna say
You might be killed quickly, but I mean,
If you
Yeah,
do what?
Oathbreaker is just a
Oathbreaker,
subclass.
yeah.
Like you can do the same thing that you would do with any other like subclass. You could still multi-class and everything.
Because I was almost thinking about eventually maybe multi-classing to being Barbarian as part of my Paladin because of the Rage ability.
Rory, is this something? Actually, it's a good question while we're talking about multi-classing thing. But in other campaigns that I've played in, there's always had to be like some narrative or
it's
like
nice.
RP reason why you're multi-classing in something, and or like when I was thinking about like what might Cricket do, I'm like, well, in theory, it would want or have to be one of the classes that she's interacted with, you know, like either like
I like
something
the
that
idea
somebody
of
has.
needing like a narrative reason to multi-class
Right.
because if Jubilee had like not lost all her memories, I could have done like a bard lock situation, which would have been really cool. Like kept the pack to stay alive with the Raven Queen, but also kept her bard spells in a way.
And
So
that's one of the reasons why I was thinking like Barbarian, because if I start going, you know, Oathbreaker, and there's a potentially, you know, we're, you know, starting extremely Rage, that ability of the Barbarian would be, you know, would tie into it.
If you want to talk about one of the most overpowered multi-classes you can do, if Katie ever wanted to multi-class Druid Barbarian, whoo, you can rage as like a bear or a lion or like
Yeah,
you could.
so true.
And then it's crazy too because then they have to take the like wild shape down from its full HP back to your HP, and then you could continue to like implement your rage so you're taking half damage. So it takes so long to kill a Druid Barbarian.
I just
And
say
eventually when you hit level 20, they're like actually invincible.
it's not. I don't mandate a narrative. It's nice to have one, right? So just to take out some of the to help it be have more continuity, right? So, and it depends on how loose 5e you're playing or how strict 1e you're playing, right?
Yeah.
And the example with, and then we'll get live here video, but the example with druids 1E, 2E, and I think even 3.5, 3.5, druids are true neutral. That's it. True neutral. You want the balance between people and nature, but you don't really push one way or the other. And you don't deal with man-made metal items. Well, if you then play into a multi-class into paladin, and a paladin isn't just a person that is lawful good, right? It's not someone who just really holds to the letter of the law. It's a knight, right? And a knight has armor and swords and other things like that that don't blend with the traditional druid. So having a reason for multi-classing helps bring that continuity between, okay, well, if I'm a druid, to some extent the wildness or the bestial side of a barbarian might make sense, right? And so some of
barbarian, there's the barbarian subclass. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but you do take like an animal.
Yep.
Not an animal
like a totem
form, but like oh, that's what it is.
Yeah,
The totem
yeah.
warrior.
Yep.
Yes.
And same with Jubilee. When Jubilee died, there is specific. I mean, it was right place, right time for the Raven Queen to step in. Right ethnic group, right race, because it is an elven favor, right? It's
right.
She is elf herself, and she sees this opportunity to capitalize in this moment.
She
and
said,
so then
it's a weird looking one, but I'll take it.
So then wiping away, because the Raven Queen also two things, soul transportation and the collection of memories. So that's why you guys lost your memories, right? And so that played into, so it created a thematic or continuity in her moving into that class. And then Pact being a warlock, so.
Yeah, in all honesty, Paladin, like, logistically, like, metagamey doesn't make sense. Like, it also has it doesn't really help being a druid, whereas like barbarian and druid, obviously they definitely, but like narratively I don't feel like cricket is barbarian leaning, you know what I mean? Like if I had to think of like a story or roleplay connection, I mean, yeah. And also I will say, like, there's just a lot of fun things at higher level druids that I want to get to too, so it's like
that you lose
I'm
out
fine
on
not multi-classing and just doing that. Also the other big reason why narratively I was like, I don't think paladin I could justify as well, is because druid, especially cricket, I think has been like very anti-religion, or not anti-religion, you're just like nature is the only thing that matters, like not some god that's gonna like randomly sometimes decide to help you, and like natural magic is more, and so I feel like that doesn't really align with like druid or with paladin or cleric or something like that. Also, I think that's the other thing, because like I keep using healing spells. I feel like every one of my slots is like cure wounds, healing word. I'm like, wait a second, am I a druid or a cleric? And one of my other like main characters I play is a cleric, so I don't mind healing. I like being like that support class. But
if you're going to multi-class from a druid who heals to a cleric who heals to a paladin who heals,
right? It's the same. Yeah. No, it's exactly.
If you're going to stack the deck, stack the deck.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a clerical error or anything.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, come on.
And with that, we will go live, video live. Players only. Here we go. We are now video live. I don't think we might. Yeah, we have a couple people. Let's see. No. Zindi, I don't know if you're still in, or what's your name? Tom, if you want to check the audio to see if this is too loud. Volume to voice or music to voices. It'd be nice if we could remove the voices now that I think about it. But duplicating this music is wicked hard. How's the volume, Tom?
Yeah, it sounds fine.
Renrab, Roger. Okay, awesome. Well, if we want to do a quick intro, and it sounds like the three of you leveled up. Likely the other two did as well, but they're not able to join us today.
I came close.
Oh, you
I
came close.
This
You came close.
Like,
Okay.
I'm like 1400 XP away.
Well, let's go ahead and what are the 2 level ups that we got, and then a quick summary and recap, and then let's hop into it. And while you guys do your level ups, just who you are, character intro, and what your level up, what you gain from your level up. Think about which one of you want to play Raja, because Tom has Rihu.
That's stressful.
So, which one of you level up first?
I'll go.
Okay.
Jubilee leveled up from level 6 to level 7. Right? I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Here I am saying that like I was so confident, and now I don't know. But I did level up. I got big 4th level spells. Woohoo! Honestly, though, warlocks don't really get very much at level 7. That was all I got. Was a new spell. But it's big. It's a big one.
Yes, it is. It is. And Cricket.
Yeah, Cricket also leveled up and from 6 to 7, and aside from getting some extra hit points, which is always nice, also unlocked her first 4th level spell, and there's some fun ones at 4th level. So yeah, I'm excited to see how that hopefully comes into play depending on what happens in today's session.
Now, quick question. Druids can switch out their spells every night, right?
Yeah.
Every long rest.
Yes.
Warlocks are stuck with what you have?
Yep, warlocks, you take your learned spells and they're always equipped, so you don't have to swap anything out, but you can't take additional and then swap things around.
Yep. All right.
And paladin spells, we actually prepare them as part of our morning.
Oh, yeah.
And
Like druids.
For anyone that is new here to the Dungeons and Dragons universe, these 2 have so many spell slots, and I have 2.
I only have,
Wait, you really
I only
only
have 7.
You really only have 2?
I get 2 like big spell slots and then unlimited cantrips just forever. That's why Eldritch Blast is like such an overpowered cantrip, because I can use it forever.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I definitely get more than that. Let's see, I have 4 first level spells, 3 second level spell slots, 3 third level, and now 1
10.
4th.
11.
Yeah, 11.
Yeah.
And I can upcast things as well. So like, even though I only have 1
Yeah.
spell, like 4th level spell slot, I could technically cast like a 3rd level or 2nd level or 1st level spell at a 4th level.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a 4th level spell that I'm very excited about.
So which one of the 2 of you want Raja?
I am playing on borrowed things and a tiny screen
Sounds
versus
like
like my
Jubilee.
normal setup.
Oh no, Skylar's gonna be so mad when I accidentally kill him.
It happens.
I have played a rogue before though, so I think I'll be okay.
I have killed Becca's character before.
Yikes!
Yeah.
That's rough. Why would you do that?
It was unavoidable.
How do I get his character sheet?
It's in the team chat.
Oh.
If you go into the D&D Beyond, you go to
it's there too, but you can also click it
collections under my campaigns. Oh, okay, that works too.
both places.
Oh, character sheet. Here we go. Okay.
And Jubilee, I'm also sending you in Discord 2 of his abilities that I don't think are on the sheet.
It's telling me that I can't access the page.
That's odd. Did you go through D&D or through the link?
I clicked the link that you put in the Discord.
Okay. Try going through D&D like Tom was saying. Just go into our campaign and then click into his link.
Fall Red Dawn. Can you? Oh, campaigns. Fall Red Dawn. Characters. Aha!
There you go. Now in your Discord, there's 2 abilities that he has that I don't think are on his sheet.
Okay.
All right. And Vantalord, you did not level up. Still level 7.
Yep.
All
He
right.
doesn't love me.
So go ahead and do a quick recap and let's hop into it.
Okay, very quickly to say last session we were able to get to the where the were-rats were. Vantalord just yelled down the hallway saying, "Hey, the place is collapsing, get out." Shortly after that, we continued working down to the area where the vines were that had the elemental golems. Cricket and Vantor were like, hey, let's try using the staff, see if we can get the vines to open up so we can walk through them. Or at least on the way to that vine spot. Once Cricket got there, she saw there was a poisonous cloud. As she's exploring that, Vantor decided to go back to that crazy cabinet that was on the top of the stairs. Nothing happened, so he just tried to sneak back, but we all know Vantor doesn't have any stealth. Cricket was able to hold the vines back for everyone else until Vantor came barreling through, hip-checked a were-rat. She took damage, the were-rat got knocked unconscious. It was just a bull in a china shop. It was terrible and hilarious at the same time. Finally, we got to a secret tunnel where we found a mural just like the one that brought us... Secret tunnel! There's a mural just like the one that brought us down to the temple. We went back through there, found Daniel at the back where we entered. Vantalord and Raja wanted to go see if the main room was still safe. Triggered another elemental golem. Tried to beat it all up. Got all of us kind of dinged up from that. Cedric, the head were-rat, said he was going to go find his estate. As a group, we were like, hey, maybe we could use this as a base, potentially. Went to blocking out the doors, took a nice long rest, got HP back. This is where things started getting interesting. Jubilee had in her dreams like a darkness set in with the Midnight Black Raven Queen. If you missed last episode, go back and watch that. That dream was fantastic. It was a lot of fun. The Raven Queen pretty much told her she's the keeper of the souls. Jubilee must bring her the souls. Vantalord had another dream of crazy turmoil within him where he saw Apsu get chained because of Vantalord's sins. That was not fun. I guess he was twitching his sleep. Cricket and Vantalord ended up having a short talk about it while the others were waking up. And that's where we end up session is just after everyone had woken up from their long rest.
And that is where we pick up. You are in the main chamber area of the upper layer of this dungeon. Let's see here. Monitor. There you go. The group of you are all there. Let's see, we got Jubilee, Vantalord, Cricket, Daniel, Rihu, Raja, and the rat folk. Or the were-rats. All in this area. You guys have finished your long rest. It is sometime in the next morning. How do you guys proceed?
Don't know when, because it's cloudy as heck outside.
You hear the were-rats kind of bustling around, wanting to get out of this place. Eventually, now that they are out of the lower chambers, they're not too fond of staying. They're not necessarily, except for the one, he has some very obvious angst, wanting to, yes, go see if his estate's there, but wondering if it's still there at the same time. The others are just more happy to get out than to stay. So they're kind of bouncing around.
First thing I want to do is I want to look at Cedric, and I'm like, I don't want to. For one, I apologize for hip checking you. We were just trying to get out of here, and I know Cricket she was losing her grip, and I didn't want to be holding her up. But this chest, are you able to identify it, or is it just we have to wait till we get back to a major city? So we were able to lure Jubilee into it, but she described that she went in and had nothingness, not even air.
Well, I mean, I could at least do a basic understanding of it. But first tell me, Vantalord, I think it is. Do most of your apologies follow with a but?
I try not to. I know you want to get back home, and I don't want to take up your time.
He lets out a big sigh. You see him focus on it, like the last time he identified some items for you guys. And a few seconds pass by as he explains that it seems to be a interdimensional box. I've never quite seen it like this, but once in my life, before I came here, before I brought here, once I had seen only once have I ever seen a bag of holding. And this is, in every way, a bag of holding, except it's a box.
Wonder how much stuff it can hold.
I don't really know. I would imagine that because it's bigger than a bag, it can hold more. And those, if I remember right, can hold about 500 pounds?
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if we. I mean, it doesn't seem practical for us to keep carting it around with us wherever we go. It seems like Vantalord's already, gonna be a little bit encumbered if he's trying to carry it with somebody else, let alone like trekking through the swamp with it.
Have you seen if there's anything in it? Gold
It's
or
really,
riches or...
it's a little strange because it just seems like infinite space that I almost died in one time. So
Maybe
Yeah, you
maybe
don't
now
go
that
in
we're
big
not so
holdings.
rushed. Maybe now that we're not so rushed, I wonder could we like try and I don't know, fish something out of there? See if there's anything inside? I've never used a bag of holding. I'm not sure like how you even get things out of here. What if you put it in the bag? How do you get it out of the bag?
Well, if none of you are familiar, oh man, it's been so long. The last I recall, the way that you use a bag of holding, and you can tell he's like a bit excited because it's one of the. You can tell that he's had some encounter with a bag of holding. It's just been such a rarity, so he's slightly excited about it, but he's also winded just in general. He's old and life is short for him. Okay, so when you put something in the bag, you gotta remember what you put. Never forget what you put in there. Because otherwise, there's only two ways to get something out of the bag. One, you reach in and you think about what it is you want and you pull it out, right? It has to be in there to begin with. You can't just randomly stick your hand in there. Well, you can, but you get my point. The other way is to flip it upside down, right? And literally dump it out, right? There's something that I'm forgetting. Something about a bag of holding that you never want to do, but I can't remember what that is. There's something...
I feel like dumping it out would make just like the biggest mess ever.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's exactly why you want to always remember. Because if it turns out... And remember, I've never dealt with a chest, but with a bag, it can hold 500 pounds. So imagine that you have 500 pounds of, I don't know, let's say copper, right? Let's say you have 500 pounds of bird feathers, right? Of bird feathers. That's a lot of bird feathers if you don't know.
Why would somebody keep 500 pounds of bird feathers?
It's the point. It's the point. That if you dump that out, your whole room's going to be full of feathers, right? And you don't want that mess, right? On the other hand, if you had, I don't know, like...
Why would a room full of feathers be a bad thing? Because that just sounds like the world's best slumber party.
I mean, maybe. But the point is, it would make a big mess, right? And so, if you remember, you can retrieve it. If you don't, you gotta dump it out. And there's something about a bag of holding, or extra dimensionals. I don't know. I don't remember that part. It's been too long.
What happens if somebody goes in it?
I think you have a moment to live, and then I think you die. It's something about air. There's been
Like a moment, like 1 second, like drop down there, and then all of a sudden everything goes black, and then you're sleeping forever. Or are we talking like you have 5 minutes?
well, I think it's like 10 minutes, 5 minutes. I don't know. It's some amount of minutes. It's been like 30 years since I've touched that last bag of holding. I think it's 10 minutes. And there was one wizard though. I can't remember his name. What was his name? There was a wizard a long time ago who tried to develop a way to make it so that you could spend more time in there. I don't know whatever happened. And I hate to think how many people may have died.
Does it preserve bodies if you put one in there?
Think of it like, think of it like a place with almost no oxygen. A lot of things are gonna last a lot longer. So things decay a lot slower.
Okay. So, like, you'll open it and it will smell a little.
No, it won't until you pull it out, and then that item will.
Oh.
Right? So if you cooked up a cow, right, and made it into like a round circle, right, so you could eat that,
We're grilling burgers here in Dungeons.
and you put that in there,
Fantasy burgers.
and you put that in there, it would last probably decades before it started to mold.
Oh. We should be putting all of our food in there.
I mean, our food's pretty preserved as it is. Like, I think most of our rations are like very. I mean, maybe those lizards that have been rotting on Raja's back for a while.
But what if we find a steak?
I don't think you can just find a steak. I don't think that. Coming from farm life, let me tell you, Jubilee, you don't just find steak. There's a lot of work to get one.
If you do, it's a mistake. No.
Oh, that was so bad.
Well, I don't know about you all, but I really wanna know if there's anything in here. I know Cedric warned us about 500 pounds of feathers, but I don't think anybody'd put 500 pounds of feathers in here.
I'm gonna stick my hand in it.
It was
and
just
think about
an example. It was to make a point.
So, guys, why don't we go see me? Being that we're back in the main temple where we had all the dead lizard folk on the outside.
Dump it
What
out.
if I was thinking, let's go see one. I like your thinking, Julie. But what if we can go find a cart to put this thing on, so that way we don't get
Well,
encumbered?
sure, but let's see what's inside. Dump it over.
Fine then. I like your idea. I'm gonna do just that. I'm gonna dump this thing over. You're gonna see this 4'9" tall dwarf pick it up and shake it like, he's an undersized gorilla.
I can't wait for there to be nothing in it.
I know, right? I mean, I feel like probably Malachi had some things that he kept in there, or the clan in general. Like, you wouldn't keep something like this in your clan without making some use of it.
Does anybody want to take bets on how many corpses are in here?
Oh, I bet you.
It may be a dead end.
Oh my.
Come on, I had to swing at that.
The problem with 2 less players is that 2 less people talking, meaning there's more room for puns from Vantalord.
Yeah, that is so true.
So as you flip it over, there's a delay. You flip it, and a coin ting, 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 falls out, followed by another one. It's like when you hit the piñata and a couple candies come out, and then another hit comes, and they all just explode on the kids underneath, right? So a couple coins come out, and a couple more coins come out.
I imagine Raja runs and grabs them immediately.
So,
All the rest of the coins dumped on his head.
and then just right, and it's just a onslaught of coins start to dump from the chest. In total, or as you're looking at it, you see multiple platinum pieces. You see a large number of gold pieces as well. You a moment later, almost like the items are getting lost on the inside. Like they're not just jumping out. It's like they're traveling on the inside, so to say. In which then a large scroll falls out. It's in a scroll case.
Oh.
And as these things are coming out, you're starting to get these heavy smells. These smells of lavender and honey that start to like emanate from these items that are coming out of it.
Maybe there's some more herbs in here.
It smells like a spa. I don't know what that means, but it was just for some reason the first thing that came to
I
my
continue to shake
mind.
it even harder at this point. Like, again, angry gorilla now, just more excited. I need to
It's
find
like a
a video
kid
clip of
jumping
that.
over like a piggy bank and it just keeps
Yes.
coming out.
And so
You mean like this piggy bank?
So yeah, the scroll comes out and all this coin comes out, and it's a pile of coins.
Is that it?
Well,
Why do the coins smell like lavender?
Yeah, why does everything smell like lavender and honey?
Like literally
They put
everything that
potpourri
comes
in
out of
here.
there smells like lavender and honey. Each one of those coins, as you pick up each of them, smell like lavender and or honey.
I'm
The-
gonna pick up the scroll.
Yep, you just pick it up and it's like a very perfectly balanced smell, and it's just like the perfect tea, just lavender and so sweet in the nose. And
What does the scroll say? Does it have any markings on it?
so the case, it's in a case. The case itself is about 18 inches long, and it has a leather strap that keeps the top on. The case is relatively plain leather. There are no, the case itself is it's a plain smooth leather with a sealed bottom and then a top that is held on by leather straps.
I'm gonna open it. If I can open it and
Yeah.
see if I can understand what kind of scroll this is.
Okay.
Actually, doing that, I want to start stacking coin, like platinum,
Starting to-
gold, and like stacks of 10.
Okay.
Just to easily count.
Yep. As you pull that scroll out, you see that it's not a spell. It is actually a map.
Oh.
Let me think about something here real quick. Yeah, there's two parchments on the inside. One is a map that one is a map of the area, right? Of this kind of. Go ahead and roll a nature check. Or survival. I'm sorry, survival or nature, whichever one you want to pick. Both of them work.
Oh, survival is plus 10 for me, so I'll
Okay.
pick that. Oh, and I rolled a 17, so 27.
Okay, so this is a fairly well-developed map of most of Greyhawk. Some key points that you've heard about either from the other players that you would recognize, or whatever your companions, or that you would recognize for sure. Dovex Pass you can see on there, Wood's Edge you can see on there, Northern Lights, the other place that these people have talked about, you can see that on there. You see that there is a large expanse between Wood's Edge and Northern Lights. That the Northern Lights are up towards the north side of Greyhawk, right? All along the edge of these Raker Mountains, right? So you got the Raker Mountains, Wood Edge, way up here you got Northern Lights. And
Does it have any like terrain markings, like where we can see the swamp that we're in now, or like lakes or things like that?
Yep, it does. Especially at 27, you're able to recognize a large portion of this map. Further to the west and southwest is undiscovered or not developed on this map. Otherwise, a lot of the different geographics, from if it's a fort, like the settlement type size is roughly indicated on there. From forests to swamps are indicated on there. The one that where you're at, figuring out where Northern Lights are and knowing you're a couple days away, is actually not marked as a swamp on the map. It's actually marked as a forest named the Ember Forest. And I'll say at a 27, you know the Ember Forest is known to be a place that is continually burning. Not like you're walking into a wildfire, but like there's a, whether it's the bark or the trees, or like it is an ever burning, an ember forest.
Interesting.
The other one, the other parchment that's in there, go ahead and roll. I don't know that there's a good one. Roll an intelligence check.
Just straight intelligence?
Yeah, with your intelligence modifier.
That's a 2.
Okay. The other one makes no sense to you in being able to recognize it. You can tell that it's some kind of city. But even the markings are not really
Does it have words on it? Can I read any words?
words or images, but none that you recognize.
Is it in a language at all?
It could be.
I'm gonna hold it up.
The Rune Keeper.
Yeah, does anybody else understand this one? I can tell that this one is definitely a map of the area that we're in here and gives us like a big overview, but this looks like it's some city, but I can't understand it. And I'll
Well,
just like hold it up
I
to the rest
have
of the
a
group.
thing where I can read and understand every language.
And the vein of my
Jubilee, do you
existence.
recognize this?
I can't tell you what it is, but I can tell you what it says.
Do you explore it? Do you cast that? Is it a spell you have to cast, or?
No, it's just something I have all the time. Like if something is in front of me in a language that I don't understand, I can like just translate it.
All right.
Wait, but there's an actual spell that does that too.
Yeah,
right?
comprehend
languages.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that pretty much Eyes of the Runekeeper is just like an Eldritch Invocation that just like has it on all the time.
Gotcha. Well, what you pick up on it, and the map itself, Jubilee, doesn't make a lot of sense to you. You don't. Sure, go ahead. You also roll an intelligence check. You can read it, but go ahead and roll an
Very
intelligence
good
check.
at geography. What's my intelligence? That's a 12.
Total 12?
Yeah.
You don't reckon you've never seen a map of this city, and it extends beyond the city as well. But it seems like there's large margins around the city, or a large expanse, kind of like a desert per se. Is kind of the closest you can relate it to. As far as the images, the ruins, the script on there, you can tell that it is in Ignan. Ignan. You know to be a fiery language. language of the fire plane.
Oh.
Art of
Okay,
magic.
it's-
Does
It's
Roger
in
know how to
spicy
read it
language.
So
Yeah.
you lean it over Raja's way, and he does recognize the language also. And Raja, in fact, also recognizes the city.
too? Well, where is this, Raja?
Raja explains that this is the Brass City that he came from. City of Brass that he came from.
Ooh.
You can see a little bit of trepidation and hesitancy, a little bit of clamminess that is in his hands as he's rubbing them, and a little bit of a quickening of his heart is not hard to pick up on. This
Raja,
caught him off guard.
Are you alright?
Yep. Just that's the place that I escaped a long time ago.
Is that the place that had the slavery you were talking about before?
That's the one.
Oh yeah, Jubilee. I don't know if you remember Raja talking about that with us before, but yeah, didn't you? There was like, oh, I don't remember all the specifics. I mean, Katie doesn't remember all the specifics. Maybe Cricket does.
In your assisting of Raja in this, go ahead and roll a history check.
Oh boy.
See if you can remember.
Well, I rolled a 1.
Okay.
I guess history plus 0, so yeah, 1.
It's okay, Cricket. Yeah, this is where I escaped from, like, 10-ish. I think it was 10 years ago now. This is where I was created, in which Ifrits are not... there's like the Jinn, right? And then they basically lord over all the Ifrits and all kinds of, I mean, talk about things you haven't seen. Like there's creatures that are hard to explain to people unless they've seen them.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, that and people that are there. Sometimes people do travel. There is a kind of planar kind of trade that takes place in the city of Brass. But for the most part, you need to be able to withstand thousands of degrees of fire. So apparently there's some kind of protection out there. Of course, I can manage there. The Fire Jinn can manage there.
Do you have any idea, Raja, why there would be a map of that city here? Like, why would Malachi or this Druid clan have any use for a map of the Brass City?
Well, I can assume, but I mean, you have that journal. It had words, so I didn't want to read it.
Too real.
But perhaps Malachi has something in there that you can learn from. Otherwise, there's usually only a couple reasons people go there. One is for trade, for rare items, for other stuff. I don't really know. It is a big trade of workers, per se. And sometimes there's a idiot that will travel along that thinks he can capture one of the Jinn.
As he says gin, I turn around and go, did someone say gin? I would like some gin.
You will never find that Jinn there. You are lucky to find... No, you won't find any water there.
Who said anything about water?
Liquids. Liquids or anything that looks like... those Jinn in particular hate liquids, water.
Need some alcohol.
Cricket is gonna like flip through Malachi's journal and see if she can find any reference to the Brass City or anything like that, while Katie does the same thing.
Well, you do that. Vantalord, you are counting the coinage.
Yes. Which after they said there's no gin there, I just went back to counting, kind of just like I want some.
In there, and it takes a while to stack these, and so you're
I believe it.
stacking them. Sometimes they fall over and mix back together, so you stack them again, right? You're stacking on uneven stone floor. Eventually, you get, in stacks of 10, you get 30 stacks of platinum.
So 300 platinum.
300 platinum. And you get, what would that be, 70 stacks of gold pieces. So 700 gold. And so the pile is, it made a pile.
Well, I looked at the others, I'm like, well, at least we came out with some decent coinage. Counting out in the head, I'm like, okay, so that means each of us should get 600 platinum and 100 and
That's 300 platinum total.
or 60 platinum, excuse me, and 140 gold.
And will you note that for Ryder and Skylar also?
Yeah, I'm.
Are we dividing this up in our own personal stash, or we just want to keep it in the bag of holding?
And I say,
Or do we want to divvy out some of it for personal use and then have like a party fund?
Yeah,
that we
right. Maybe
keep or
something. Right.
I kind of like the idea of a party fund because I'm sure as we continue trying
Especially,
to
that's a lot of platinum, and we're probably going to need in rooms and things. And this
Right.
would make sure that nobody has to pay for in rooms. This is just like communal.
Right.
So what if we did this? Maybe of the platinum we keep like 250 in a party fund and take 50 and then give everyone 10.
Hey, I used to, and he speaks up again, and I used to go on adventures too, and oh man, you'd never know it now, would you? Anyways,
You have a wealth of knowledge, sir.
you do what you can, but we would always just it would divide it up as if there was one more person.
Oh,
It always
that
just
makes sense.
kind of
Wow,
kept
look
it simple
at
for
it with
us.
that seems like a great idea. Okay, so what's
And-
that come out to?
So it'd be 50 platinum a person and like 116 gold. But what if we did this? Because
I'm so glad you're good at math, because let me tell you, the fact that you can do that without a calculator is very disturbing to me.
I'm a numbers person with my full-time job. So now Cedric's helped us a ton. Even just identify.
Hey, thanks for the raid, Stronghold.
Thank you, Stronghold.
What if what if we gave him 40 gold? Then we could each take 110. Just so that way he can get back home and at least someone establish himself a little bit.
But he's gonna die soon.
That doesn't
Whoa,
mean he can't
wait,
have
wait.
comfort.
You're saying we give Cedric a 40 gold?
Yeah, then we have a nice round number. Each of us get 110. We have 110 for the fund.
Well, can we just give it to all the were-rats together so that they could make their way? Like there are 3 or 4 of them.
There's 4. So what if we did this? If we took
10 gold each? That should be enough for them to be able to get some rations and
Just
like...
for a little while, yeah,
Right.
to hold them over.
I think that's a good idea. I want to be able to help them out because you don't know what they're gonna need.
Yeah, that's
feel-
fine with me.
I don't know the typical standard for this, but we'll say that in Greyhawk, in your current setting, in your current year, that roughly 1 gold a month, 3 gold per month, is like a good income.
So you're saying giving them 10 gold is like a whole salary for a year?
For a peasant, it's on scene. For
I'm still fine with it, honestly.
yeah, it's fine. I mean, just so you're thinking,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
maybe
that's
they can
helpful
get
to know.
food,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, think about a current day person's good middle range, like 50,000, 60,000 a year. That's 3 gold a month. So
we're giving
they can
them-
definitely get a meal.
Yeah. But maybe, yeah, I mean, they've been locked in this, you know, essentially cave area for who knows how many years. So hopefully this helps them reestablish themselves. Maybe if they have I don't know if they're going to go back to Cedric's estate or go somewhere else, but if we know where it is, we could see them if we happen to be passing through. You know, it's nice to have good connections in the different cities where we might travel.
Yeah, that's. I know I'm not perfect, and
You hear a
think that's
chuckle
fair,
out of
'cause
Cedric.
We all know it too, Vantalord, don't worry.
I resemble that remark.
Well, if it's okay with you guys, if you would just keep our coin in the chest for now, that way we're not having to try to carry it as we move through. Where are you guys going, by the way? Are you... Where?
That's a great question. We haven't really talked about it.
I
I
noticed.
have not figured that out yet. Okay, dumb question. With, like, how much does 40 gold coin weigh?
A good question. Overall, it won't... One second.
I'm looking around at the corpses. I was like, just in case we get split up, I want to make sure that you guys have something.
Right.
Why don't we go get some of the cloth off the corpse and we just make you a pouch. Works. You know, we got 4 of them in this room that I've already taken coin off of.
Right, they probably had pouches. Those lizard folk probably had pouches that you got their gold out of. So maybe we can just get those pouches for them and give them some gold.
Yeah.
If y'all feel like you don't want to be carrying all that with you right now, maybe we could give you a couple each right now and the pouch, and then when we get to wherever we're going next and maybe part ways, we can give you a little extra just to get yourself established, if that works. But yeah, I agree with Vantalord. In case something happens and we get split up, it'd be nice to know you have something on you.
Well, I mean, if we get split up, we might not, well, we might make it through this place. You know that roughly 50 gold equals a pound, roughly.
Oh, so that's like nothing.
No.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do this. I'm like, well, I like to... It may not seem like it, so don't snicker at me. I try to play it somewhat safe. So I'm gonna go to the 4 corpses in the room, and I'm gonna take their coin pouches off of them. So 4 coin pouches. I'm gonna put 10 gold in each one. And I'm gonna give 1 to each of the were rats.
Okay.
Like, just to make sure that you have it on there, so that no one can say that we said one thing and did another.
They all nod. They take a pouch and they tie it, and then you see them like take the extra straps, or the extra length of the strap, and tie it again, and like needlessly tie it around their belt over and over and over. Like, this thing is not coming off.
I think we should talk about where we are going next, though. I mean, I would like to get out of the swamp. I'm sure that y'all are sick of being moist all the time, too.
As you say that, I'm like, I want to be somewhere dry, and
Yeah.
I need my armor to be fixed.
Oh, that's right.
As you guys look at, like, you can tell, like, my armor is dented, it's banged up. I'm like, I have never been hit so easily in my life. I want fixed armor.
Well, if you need to repair that armor, that probably has to happen in some sort of city, right? You can't just do that anywhere. Well, it looks like,
Or
according
find a
to this map
blacksmith.
that I just got, that Northern Light City is the closest big city to here, so maybe we should head there. It sounds like the were-rats are going to be headed that direction potentially too, since that's where Cedric's estate used to be, so that would mean we'd all be able to travel together through the swamp to get there. I don't know. Just throwing that out as an option.
That sounds fantastic to me.
We might be able to stock up on other supplies as well and see what else there is.
Probably worth it just to do some exploring and stuff.
Yeah, I think ideally, other than just, recovering from the last few days here, or week and a half, weeks, I don't know how long we've been in this swamp, but I think maybe our next goal would be to try and figure out the path of the orc group and like what happened with the Satari, right?
Yeah, and I think
because that's sort of how we ended up here was, and correct me if I'm wrong, Rory, but all these lizard folks that are dead here were killed by Satari, right? Yeah.
Everything points to that. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, clearly we're kind of walking in the path of the Satari anyway, so if we can figure out where they're going next and maybe try and head it off before they attack some innocent people again, I think that would be helpful as well.
Yeah. Well, I think the first thing I want to do then is I think Northern Lights is a great idea. We know that we're in the center of a town that had a bunch of lizard folks in there, so I'm guessing there's probably a stable or at least somewhere. I do think we should get a cart. So even if I have to pull a cart, it's still better and less awkward than, trying to be a Goliath.
I wonder if there's a way to downsize this thing, like make it, like is there a lining on the inside that we can cut out and carry it around instead of a whole chest?
That could be a silver lining.
I don't know, it looked pretty dark when I was in there.
I think if I had to guess based on other magical items, it's probably not something you can like separate its magical property from the item itself, but
That's what I'm thinking.
Or I have another. Okay, so while we're traveling, if we can find some kind of magic shop, and then we can find someone to shrink it.
I mean, maybe, or maybe we trade it. Maybe we can find somewhere that has a bag of holding, and we
And
just
trade it for a chest of holding.
Right, maybe it's an upgrade. Maybe we can get some extra stuff too, because this is even bigger than a regular bag.
I like it. Let's go.
But for now, Vangelor, good luck. Work on those biceps.
Never
Some
miss
curls with the chest.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, I think back when we were in the actual place, you and Rihu carried it together.
And then it got to a point where we separated so that way Rihu could go ahead. And I was just using pure strength check.
It definitely is easier to carry with two people. It is possible to be carried by one, but easier for two.
Sometimes when we had to carry an injured sheep for a long distance, we'd make like a sled. I don't know if we want to do something like that, but if we can't find any like pre-built cart instead of trying to make something with wheels, we could just make like a sled and put some extra fabric or tarp or something between it.
That sounds like a good idea. And I'm gonna go out and start exploring. I'm gonna stay in this area, but I'm gonna go see if I can find something. So we came down the bottom right side of where these steps were. We haven't gone anywhere to the left.
Correct. So you came in this way.
Yep.
And Cricket and Jubilee explored this pool over here. And then you guys went into the place. Stepping...
I don't think we come through a town, like the town portion of this, or like we came in through the right, or no? That's what I'm trying to remember.
There was no town. It was just sort of this
Well,
like
a little village. That's what I mean, though.
I don't think there was a village either. It was just this like temple sort of thing. In
So
the middle of the
yeah,
swamp.
walking outside, it's again the fog is pretty heavy for the most part. But as you walk out, it doesn't seem like it looks like you are in whatever you want to call it, the city, the village, the ruins of a previous civilization. You see the walls or stairs that seem like they should have gone somewhere but now go nowhere. The arches that stand alone, that all look like they previously connected to other structures. So if there was, or not if there was, this is the civilization in the area. Your travel from the Swamp King to the tower, you found nothing but swamp. From the tower to here, you found nothing but swamp. And you don't recall anything from the lizard folk about there being a structure between them and here. So not to say there isn't, but that's the information you would know for sure.
Yeah, I was just seeing if I can find a couple carts and, some planks.
And you do see some
Or some wheels, something round.
yeah, you do see large branches, things like that, but as far as wheels or carts, it doesn't seem like that's something that they have here. Likely because they can't go very far with them.
Is there any rope? I don't
Yeah,
think I actually have any.
there would be a couple lengths of rope between, whether it be the guards or out on the lizard folk. You could probably find a couple lengths of 50 feet.
I'm gonna take one.
Okay.
I'm gonna tie it around both sides of the handles, and I'm gonna fashion myself a backpack.
I think Rory told you couldn't do that before. That you would be encumbered if you tried to do that.
Yeah, because it's like 3 by 4 by 3 or something like that. Thing is, Matt, it's like 2.
So essentially, you're dragging yourself on your back.
Right.
It's essentially 2 foot lockers put together.
So right now I'm carrying about 112 pounds.
I think it's not about the weight and more about the size, the dimension.
Dimensions.
And Brihu, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm happy to try and make a sled for ya. I've done it many a time.
I think that's what we're gonna have to do.
All right, I'll
Go ahead and roll a survival check, as if you are carrying a sheep away.
13.
13. There's plenty of nature around you. The sticks were easy enough for the long branches. It's a little bit harder to find what you need that's strong enough to be like a bedding, but you are able to find it and fasten it together.
I'm gonna use this, and I'm just gonna pull it and pray that I don't fall in water.
Now, is it a pole or a 2-person carry?
I was making it sort of like, well, I guess it could be whatever they want. I was thinking of it like a pole, like
Okay.
drag on the ground sled.
Okay.
Make it easier for one person, essentially, because they could already carry it with 2 people, not being too awkward. So
Sounds good.
make it easier for Vantalord instead of having to like hold his arms all the way around it.
Yeah. Oh, that's. I want to get this back to town. I want to figure out all we can cause.
You guys do have a link to the map as well in the team chat.
Oh, good. I was just gonna ask.
Are we heading out? Are we... Well, what's the plan here?
I say we head to Northern Lights.
Yeah, I think let's head to the Northern Lights, and I guess we'll try and use the map a little bit for guidance, and then also, if the were-rats have any recollection of like sort of direction of things. I know it's been a very long time, but if there is any extra guidance they can give us, we'll obviously take that too.
All right. So everyone's wanting to go to Northern Lights?
Yes, let's go.
All right.
Try to figure out where it is on the map.
Up in the north. Look at the north edge of the Raker Peaks, or Raker Mountains. That's going to be up there, on the west side of the mountain ridge. So, you guys start out, and if you're heading, just trying to make it to Northern Lights, go ahead and roll whoever, survival, to help guide the path.
I can try that. 15.
15. Okay. So it is a multi-day journey. So you're able to head through the first day. Between you, the lot of you, and even the assistance the where we're at can give, maybe on smelling certain things or picking up on different things like that. It is it's a slow traveling, but you are able to make it through your first day without any issue. You do see in the distance the tower in which you were at, with the Northern Lights being southeast of where you're currently at. And you know, not far from that tower is also that village. Not far from that village is that teleportation circle. And you guys keep heading to the south. And you have your second day ahead of you. Anything you wanted to do in your first day, your first night, or is it just travel through?
When we're eventually stopped to rest, Cricket will kind of keep scouring Malachi's journal for anything that might be related to the Brass City, or like mention of Jinn, Ifrit, anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and when we stop for rest, during that time period, I'm kind of gonna walk a little bit away from the group, where I'm still within earshot, but I'm gonna be using it to spend time in, like, prayer meditation, trying to make sense of, like, the dreams and the visions, especially seeing, Apsu being chained and all this.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get clarity of thought.
Awesome. So you
I
spend...
should collect some
Go ahead.
raven feathers too if I find any.
What?
Oh my gosh! I just found something in the journal. Sorry.
Pray tell.
Wait, finish what you were doing. I
No.
was totally
So,
interrupted.
no, you're fine. During this travel time, before the rest, right? When it comes to that rest time, Vantalord, you'll have that. We'll dive into that. Jubilee, Cricket. During this travel, though, it is an all-day. It's slow. And you're flipping through, trying to find things, watching tracks, flipping through. What do you suddenly shout out to the group?
Okay, so Malachi's talking all about how he meant to come to the Ember Forest because he's like trying to commune with nature, all kinds of things, but he didn't realize it had been turned to a swamp either. And so they were trying to maybe turn it back to the Ember Forest. Anyways, I'm just going to read you what he says. But he said, amidst these tribulations, a beacon of opportunity shone upon me 6 days ago. A beautiful genie, radiant and commanding, confronted me amidst the twisted trees and darkened skies. Her presence was both a challenge and a promise, an ethereal figure offering me the key to the plane of fire. She spoke of a phoenix talon, a relic of immense power, and promised that if I were to find it and place it in her hands, she would grant me one wish. One wish, the culmination of all my ambitions distilled into a single one. My wish is unclear, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, the point is, a genie.
He saw a whole genie.
He saw a genie and interacted with her, and she offered him access to the plane of fire if he gave her the Phoenix Talon. Also, doesn't that remind me, Raja, didn't you like merge with the Phoenix feather and heart? So the Talon's that last piece that we're missing for the like super powerful object.
Yeah, maybe I did do that. Maybe, but do we really have to? I mean, Malachi's dead.
It's not about that.
It's less about Malachi and more about what we could.
Does it give a name to
do.
this genie? Or any other descriptors of? And you hear him prying for information.
Why do you care so much?
Yeah.
Do you not remember what I told you?
Well, I haven't been here that long, so I don't know what part you're talking about.
I just explained it earlier today.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you meant like something that you told all of them and not me, because I don't remember anything from before I met you, obviously.
No, so there was like a sultan that rules over the plane. I don't know, it's been a long time, but they're all kind of at each other's throat and not at each other's throat at the same time. There's like this stable unrest. Anyways, of course, the genies rule everything, but not all the genies rule everything. So, I mean, look, I just don't want to encounter. I don't want to encounter any genies, but there's a particular genie I don't want to encounter.
Which one? And so we can keep an eye out.
Well, I don't remember, but I don't remember.
Roger remembers.
Remember, Vandalord, when we were back at Wood's Edge? Cricket, I don't know if you were there at that time. Someone else was with us, too. Anyways, I don't remember who the other person was with us, but... Vandalord is you, Rihu, myself, and we were talking to Zahara, and she gave some warning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there for that too.
Maybe it was you I'm thinking of. I thought there was someone else. I just can't.
Are you talking about Zep?
No, I thought there was someone else with us too. I just can't remember their name. Anyways, that warning, I just kind of like blew it, just like brushed it off my shoulder, didn't pay much attention, kind of was a little curious, but I'm pretty sure that's the genie that, I don't know if it's the same one that Malachi encountered. But they tend to seek after anyone that escapes. Either they seek after them and take them back, seek after them and destroy them, or...
Well, it's starting to kind of come back to me a little bit. Wasn't there like a rebellion? And there was this relic that was the Phoenix relic that was broken into 3 parts, and they kind of scattered it all over, and there was some warning about the fact that if those 3 parts were combined again and the genies got a hold of all 3 parts in the relic, they'd sort of be like unstoppable in their power, right?
Potentially, or at least there's not a lot that I know about it, but what I do know is either they would be unstoppable, which they kind of already are. I don't think that's where it's going, but more so that it provides a way for them to be stopped.
Right. Oh, right. Yes, like
not that it gives them.
They wanted to try. Right, they wanted to try and destroy it. That's right.
Right.
Yeah, because I remember they were talking about the 3 pieces of the Phoenix. They said one was a feather,
got it,
heart, and then the ember.
Got it. Oh.
No, the Talon.
Talon. I got the heart.
I have the notes right here.
Oh, okay.
I might have messed it up.
Session 18,
yes.
July 30th, 2023.
I might have messed it up, but it's a feather, heart, and a talon.
And the heart we already have. That was the stone that we had before that has those healing properties.
Correct.
And the feather we found in the cave there with the phoenix bird.
And he opens up his cloak and he just puts it back, like He has the
Right.
feather on him.
Right. No, wait, didn't it like merge into his body? I thought
Phe-
he like put
the
the
Phoenix
stone
did.
in. Yeah, oh, just the Phoenix itself. Okay.
But
okay.
then a feather fell and he picked up the feather.
That's right. Okay, so just FYI, it does look like, according to these notes, Malachi never actually found the Talon. So, he said that its presence draws near like a flickering flame in the heart of the forest. So I have no idea where the Talon is, but it kind of makes it sound like if the genie approached Malachi here in this forest, that maybe it's like could be nearby, or maybe somebody nearby got it. So
What
we just
all-
probably want to keep our eyes out for it.
What all did we find as you guys are continuing your journeys? What all did we find? Raja just speaks up like, we found a lot of stuff. Like we found, if I think you guys picked up some stones.
Don't we have a tuning fork?
Yes,
Like,
we do
did
have-
Yeah,
you find a
that we
lot
did.
of stuff, or
and I pick up the tuning fork because I have it.
I'm trying to also see if I have a spell for this, but I don't think I do.
Oh, I
Oh!
do. Well, I do have a spell for that, but I don't think it works if you've never encountered the object before.
Is it locate object?
Yeah, but you
I'm
have to.
pretty sure that you can picture what you think it will look like, and it still works if it matches what the thing is. I'm pretty sure. Hang on, I'm gonna look
Guys
it
need
up.
the
Yeah, I'm
tuning
gonna look
fork?
too.
And I go between the two like.
do you, just out of a question with the tuning fork, do any of you, everyone go ahead and roll an arcane.
I was gonna say Katie knows what a tuning fork
Yes.
is. I don't
Yeah.
know. That.
roll an arcana check.
Does Jubilee know
Oh,
what?
I rolled a natural 20.
Ooh!
I did too.
Did you really, both of you?
We're very familiar with tuning
Well,
forks.
I rolled a 16.
Okay. You are a natural caster. You are a holy caster, and you're a warlock.
And I
you
have a
got
plus
16.
0 on my Arcana.
That's hilarious.
Me too,
Um,
actually.
But my intelligence is a plus 0 too. I rolled a 10 on it.
There would be, with your natural 20, it's not so much that you know, because you're not a wizard, right? And unless you have planar shift as a spell that you already know, you would know the connection. Like, that natural 20 allows you to know the connection that wizards use tuning forks for transversing planes. Beyond that, even with a natural 20, you just lack the insider skill. Like, but having
So-
that allows you to say, well, it could be literally to make music, but he's not a bard. You're talking about a genie. Like, the logic is there to say somehow this
Yeah.
must be used in this ritual, but how it's done, you don't know.
So locate object also, it says the spell can locate a specific object known to you as long as you've seen it up close within 30 feet at least once. Alternatively, the spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind, such as a certain type of apparel, jewelry, furniture, tool, or weapon. So if you
But that, I
think
feel
about
like
it.
in order to do that, you have to know what a Phoenix Talon is, and like,
But you know what, like a bird talon looks like? Just picture
I-
it on a phoenix.
I
Maybe it'll pop
guess.
up.
yeah. I don't have it prepared right now, but I could try it. I could take it tomorrow after we rest.
I just wonder if it would work. I feel like Rory's face says no, it will not.
Right, I know. He's like,
like,
this is
"You
too
could
easy.
try."
We can't just give him a spell to find it. Malachi would have done the same thing. He's a freaking druid. But you know what? It doesn't hurt. That's for sure.
Or, oh, wait a second. Raja, this is gonna sound inappropriate. This is gonna sound, I'm so sorry. Can you take your shirt off?
You see Raja,
Those
like,
muscles, man.
you see
You don't
Raja
even have to
just
ask him twice. He probably just
He's like, okay.
flips it over his shoulder, like, and you see the light emanate from his back, like, yeah.
Okay, can I see your tattoo? Because it's a tattoo of a phoenix, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll see a phoenix talon on his back.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, yeah.
It should it should be a depiction of what an exact phoenix talon is supposed to look like. I think.
All right.
And he turns around, you look at it.
Fork. Who wants it?
You look at it, and it's not a. You got tattoos. Art on the skin and art on paper are
Sure.
never the same.
Yeah.
And the tighter the image, the less the detail, right? And so, and Zahara and Ifrit herself, has her work is great. They look like eagle claws, like
Right.
it's not high It's not high definition. So Jubilee has the tuning fork.
Yep. She
Yeah,
has
I'm just playing with it.
doing. I can just see you doing that. Well, she sings to a tune of her own.
Well, that's not a
I
bad
had
idea
like a
then.
very genius idea here.
What is it?
No, that was my genius
Oh, that was
idea.
your
looking
genius
at the
idea.
tattoo.
Well, yeah, I'll just read up on my notes here to remember how to exactly cast that spell tomorrow.
Okay. As you guys continue
I don't know.
your venture,
Oh, yes, I got that out of my notes.
you guys continue through your ventures and make it safely to the spot for the night. Then Vantalord enters into his prayer and meditations. Jubilee, you are looking for raven feathers. You do hear a couple of caws of some crows, but you don't actually find any raven feathers. Oh, take that back. You hear a couple caws. One of them, though, does stop on a branch in the same area that you guys end up picking for your spot. As you're walking up on that spot to camp out for the night, a raven stops there. You hear it caw, and one of its feathers falls, and it takes off.
Hi.
Who's taking watch? What's the order of watch?
I'll go first watch.
I'm gonna take the last watch, and I'm gonna do a 3-hour watch because I want to be able to make sure I spend time in morning meditations and morning prayers.
Okay.
Vantalord likes his 5 a.m. solitude time.
Don't have any weird dreams again, Vantalord.
I just kind of glare a little bit. It's funny, in real life I'm up like 4:30 in the morning, so it's right in character.
The world's very quiet at 4:30 in the morning.
It is.
It's so nice.
I'll take one of the middle watches.
Okay. And then, so who's taking the first one?
Jubilee.
So Jubilee, Cricket, Rihu, and then Vantalord. Jubilee, go ahead and roll a perception check. Watch throughout the night.
When did I get a +7 to my perception? Have I always had that?
Yeah, you and I both have +7.
Oh, I say just so you know,
23.
Makes that 24 because I got an aura around me that anyone within 10 feet gets a +1 on things.
24.
Is that always been the case?
Yeah, I literally was rereading my stuff last session. Like, I forgot to tell him this.
Right.
I'm so
For
special.
forever.
Cool.
I just thought it was a weird stink you have, Vantalord.
Well, you don't have to make a stink about it.
You know, I'm sort of getting used to it now. I like it, so it makes me do better on my skill checks.
You have a nice musk or something. It's because you never take your armor off.
Well, if you must know.
Ugh.
Yeah. So, Jubilee, you you don't see anything. You hear what sounds like perhaps some kind of dog, canines, maybe a pack of coyotes or something out there. But your portion of the rest goes well. Then it is Cricket. Go ahead and roll
Perception?
your perception check. Yeah, see if you see anything throughout the night.
15.
15. As you're going through, you also start to hear these dogs, some kind of dog out there, coyote or something. They seem like they're a little bit closer, but they don't enter into your area.
Okay.
Rihu's turn. Go ahead and Vandalord, if you'd roll for Rihu. Perception.
Yep. Dirty 20. He has a plus.
A little bit harder for him to see, not being able to see at night, but sounds like any kind of creatures or whatnot are staying out of your area. Nothing happens on his watch. Last one, Vandalord.
Where's my perception? 5.
5. All right.
Same dice. Why?
As the morning approaches, and you know you've got into your prayers and your rituals, the sun is starting to, or the available light that is there starts to increase, and coming towards the end of your watch, and you see out in the distance, as some of the fog is burning away, you see a pack of 5. It might just be the fog, but these dogs do not look right. Probably about 50 feet away, right on the edge of where you can see where the fog starts to kick in again. There's 5 of these, and their walk, their gant is not right. Like it's like one leg is shorter or something, and they're just hobbling, and you can hear them growling and giving signs of hunger.
I yell to wake everyone up and I draw my sword.
What?
Got-
What?
We got something coming towards us.
Is it bacon?
I wish. I don't even think I would eat it for bacon once it's dead, though. I'll put it that way.
Well,
Jubilee's kind of rubs her hands together and gets her energy ready.
So Jubilee, do you want to make some dog kebabs?
no.
Well, I think that's what's coming towards us, is some growling dogs.
Do we?
Have you let Bear know? Maybe Bear can talk to them.
They don't look friendly, and I don't want Bear to get hurt.
And he points them out to you. They're still about 50 feet away, so it's still kind of hard to see unless you have enhancements to your sight. I don't know if anyone does.
That I don't. My sight is poop.
But they're still
I see what you did there.
kind of 50 feet away and in the fog, which is what's making it so hard to, otherwise it wouldn't be so bad. In the vegetation on the ground. Raja speaks up like, do we really have to fight? Like, can't we just find an easier way to keep on going? Do you really want to fight? I mean, I'm up for a fight. Don't get me wrong.
Literally shocked
Well, if we
that you don't want to.
It's just so yucky out here. Like, my stuff is getting messed up.
I mean, if we get moving right now, they're getting closer to us.
Right. I feel like they're probably the only reason that they probably would attack us is because they're hungry or something. So, I mean, yeah, we could try and leave here. They'll probably track us, to be honest. So,
I mean, that's a good point. We may as well kill them now then.
I mean that, or we could try and like convince them not to. I don't love just randomly killing them. Maybe we just intimidate them back.
If I smack the shooting fork, does anything
Cricket,
happen?
that's all up on you. They say they're animals if you want to try to convince them. Otherwise, do they look like, you know, as a dwarf, I'm getting really hungry, I'm getting really tired of eating rations.
We're not gonna
Does it
eat
look like
dogs.
No, we're not eating dogs. We're not doing that.
You said you guys had to eat it. I'm hungry.
Oh.
We're
I
gonna
will
be
cook it
at
up.
the Northern Light City maybe in 1 day. You're telling me you can't wait 1 day?
It's been 2 weeks since I've had
Are
real
you-
food that
Are
isn't
you
rations.
gonna eat a dog in front of Bear?
That
My
was
dog
I
just
just
like-
heard your dog cry in the background. That was perfect.
That was perfect timing. You couldn't make that up.
can't
I'm like,
believe you
I
guys
didn't.
can hear that in the background.
That was
I didn't.
perfect.
I didn't say you guys had to eat it, but I want something other than rations.
Poe says, please don't eat the dogs. Right? He's looking at me like,
So it's either you convince them, or I do.
You see these 5 hounds, these awkward looking hounds. And they were staying about on that fog edge. And hearing each of you start to talk, especially with Phantalord shouting to wake each of you up, there does seem to be more of an alertness to your presence.
Do we see them now?
I mean, you can see them. It's hard to make out, like, are they a wolf or are they this or like, there's some kind of dog for sure.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals now.
Okay.
The last 10 minutes.
And the range on that?
The range? I think anything I could see or hear anyways. Like, there's no range area. I mean, I'd cast it on me, but if I could hear them howling, I would be able to understand, like, if there's any pack communication between them.
Okay. So you're not hearing anything between them. Are you wanting to speak out to them?
Does it appear like you said it does seem like they noticed us, or
Oh,
they're like,
yeah. They're on alert. You can tell.
yeah, sure. I'll say, what business do you have here? Hey, we just got a raid from Gary Con Live.
Hey, thank you, Gary Con Live.
Raiders, thanks for joining.
Welcome. I missed Stronghold D&D's raid too. I am so sorry about that.
We thanked them
Katie
even
and
though
I
you
said thank
didn't.
you
Yeah, we
more.
said thanks.
Oh my gosh.
The
Welcome to the game, Tom.
when you call out to these hounds,
Yeah.
there's like a for you specifically, when you call out to these hounds, there's like a sub-animal kind of instinct. It's not right. It doesn't feel right. It's almost like speaking to a plant. When it comes to the communication and the intelligence, right? Some animals, right?
Yeah, so okay, so let me ask this because I mean, I'm sure like I've cast this with Bear before and like can have a conversation with him, you know? I mean, not like the same as I can with my fellow players, but like, you know, I can definitely understand him. So you're saying it feels different than talking to my own dog?
What's Bear's intelligence?
Oh gosh, I don't know off the top of my head. Let me see here. 3?
Oh, is it really that low?
I mean, I don't know. That's what it is like in the
Yeah, in the app?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was higher than that. So
I mean, I guess if
it
he's
sounds
like
like
a
you're right.
homebrewed version of a
Yeah.
yeah.
It sounds like, because I just looked it up, I got a 4 for a dog. So
Oh, okay.
right in that same area, right?
Yeah.
So this hound that you're trying to call out to, you do get some connection with it, but it's more primal. So with bear, plus there's the bond with bear, right?
Right.
But it's still more
Yeah, I mean, it's
emotional
just like
based.
even like our human dogs, right? I mean, we don't even speak the same language, and I feel like you learn each other's communication and things.
Yep. And so it's a little bit better with bear when you speak with animals with him, and it's weaving in some of the emotional kind of commonalities. With these hounds, it's more primal.
Mm-hmm.
So you do get some return, but it's more like mine. It's more like pack. It's more like hunger. It's very, very primal in its communication to you, and very dominant.
Okay, so getting that back, I'm gonna look at everybody. So I think that they are definitely not. I mean, they're coming because they are probably just hunting right now, but also they're still animals. So if we can kind of intimidate them back, they might realize. I don't know how many of them there are, but they might realize that we are not gonna be very good food for them. So, and I'll try and like talk back to them, shout back to them, like.
You see them start walking you away. They're about 40 feet away. They're
Oh,
hunched
no.
down. Their hackles are. Their body posture. They're getting a little easier to see. Their body posture would say to you that their hackles are probably up.
Right.
But it's still, that definition is still a little bit hard to tell.
What if we give them treats? Like would they want a ration instead of a people?
I mean, we could try. What is Bear doing?
Or roll a perception check for bear.
Bear
For
says dogs are
him?
friends, not food.
20. Dirty 20.
He is in a very aggressive stance.
Okay. Bear seems to not like them either.
I am going to take a ration out of my bag and like toss it as far as I can. I don't want to like chuck it at anybody. I want to just like underhand toss it so it doesn't look as threatening as if I was gonna just like.
You add a little heat to that, if you know what I mean.
I'm not gonna fireball the doggos.
So you throw the ration at the dogs?
Yeah.
Okay. You see this pack of 5 dogs about 40 feet away. As they're hunched down, bear is equally hunched down, and you throw this, and primal. Well, let's see. They can't really tell the difference between a nice throw and a mean throw.
Oh, great.
They're wild, you know. And their intelligence on top of that, I would say, as you throw this item in attempts of hoping that they smell it or taste it or something like that, it lands by one of them. You're careful enough to not hit them with it, but still this object that is flying at them. And you see them kind of skirt off to the side, and they approach about 30 feet away. At that distance, and with the fog further behind them, these particular hounds, they display an eerie blend of sickly greens and purple prowls and kind of a faint acidic odor that is coming off of them. That of like a the damp, drying earth, decaying smell of the swamp.
Ew.
You see like these large pussy kind of blisters that are throughout their body.
Ew.
Every now and then, in this moment of watching them, now that they're closer, you'll see one just pop and spray out this
Ooh.
ooze,
Ooh, gross.
and they
How many of them are there?
5. Roll for initiative.
Woo.
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
that's bad.
That's bad. Mine's definitely worse. Whatever you
I don't
want.
know. Mine's pretty bad.
Oh, and then Vantalord for Rihu and Jubilee. Are you still able to roll for Raja?
I, for whatever reason, can't
Can't?
pull any. Like, I can get into the campaign, but I can't see his
stuff?
All I can see is like the general stuff. I can't like click into his
Click into-
character.
Okay.
I can
You want me to
handle
pull
it.
up? Fine. Well, I got Ryu then.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying it again.
Okay,
I
so
can't get
20
into anything.
20 to 25. 15 to 20. Anyone roll 15 to 20? Anyone roll?
We said it was bad.
I got to roll Rihu. He rolled a 17.
Okay.
Whew. Whew.
Oh my goodness. Rihu 17. 10 to 15.
Okay.
Vantalord. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 10.
Okay. Well, when everyone rolls bad, it's like everyone rolled good. 5 to 10. Okay. Well, Raja rolled a 9.
Oh, oof.
The hounds rolled a 6. 0 to 1 to 5. Both of you 4. Higher dexterity.
What is
Plus
my
2.
dex?
Plus 2
I
for
have a
me.
+0, so you're first.
Yeah, I only rolled a 2. Solid roll.
1, 2.
I mean, it makes me feel a little better because I rolled a 4. I have a +0 to my initiative.
Yeah.
You're not the only one that has a 0 to initiative.
All right. So Rihu is first. These 5 hounds, all theater of mind here. These 5 hounds, they're 30 feet away, and roughly not a half circle, but kind of a half circle, right? Where there's the group of you, and then here they are.
Well, I hope I don't lose his spear, but being that I can throw it, I am going to throw his spear at the lead.
Lead hound.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, oh wait, this is the dice that did me dirty. Time to change this dice. 24.
24. .24 hits.
Oh, good. Let's see how this is a d6 plus 3. Where is it? Oh, d6. Total at 9 points of damage.
9 points.
Wait, what's the 1 plus 8? Is that? Oh, that must be if he's holding it.
So you throw the spear and it strikes across the back of this hound, opening up multiple of these pores, of these oozing blisters on its back. You just see it just run down like this thick sap running down its side. Next is Vantalord and then
Poor
Raja.
doggies are sick.
They're tree dogs.
Well, I don't want
They're
those things touching.
barking.
I am gonna take my. Where is my bow? Yeah, I am going to fire my my crossbow item, but I gotta
Okay.
figure out where did I put it? Oh, crossbow. Haha. I special.
Is this the same one or a different one?
No,
Are you...
I'm gonna fire. Oh yeah, I'm gonna fire at the same lead one.
Okay.
I'm hoping because usually they're the alpha. My goal is if I can take out the alpha, maybe the others will flee. And I rolled a nat 20 plus 3, so 23. You want
That
me to
hits.
confirm it?
Yes, please.
I don't understand how you've rolled multiple nat
17.
20s today, and I've rolled like no
I am
nat 20
changing-
since
I
the
have
start of
7
this
different-
campaign.
I have
need to
7
know
different
what's
dice, and
happening.
every time I roll a nat 20, I change dice because I don't want to lose that luck.
Yes, that hits.
I am that superstitious. I do not want my dice killing me. That's the reason why this black one that rolled the 5 earlier is in dice jail.
I actually don't know if I have ever rolled a natural 20 in the entirety of this campaign.
I'm
Maybe
sure
one.
you have. I'm
Maybe
sure you
one.
have.
You could always make
Alright.
it happen.
I rolled.
I already
rolled a
did
5.
that once.
Okay, 5 points of damage.
5 points.
Is what was on the dice.
Okay.
So if we're doubling it, it'd be
Oh,
10.
yes, yes.
But yeah, it could be worse. That one day I rolled 2 nat 1s on stream with 2 different dice at the same exact time. Alright,
So another arrow shoots across, opening up some more of these just large. This one actually struck a very large, what would almost look like a tumorous, just large growth on it. It stuck in, and you see the dog reach around and bite it and rip it out, just opening up this large pussy sore. Then it is Raja. Raja will go ahead and he will move in right in front of that lead one. He'll move all 30 feet right in front of that one. And he will use his Morning Star. Yeah, he'll take a big swing with his Morning Star. And just this ichor and this smell, this putrid smell that comes off of it. He goes to swing and he misses the hound. He will take a bonus action and disengage. Oh, he can't. He moved 30 feet up. So then it is the hounds, Cricket, and then Jubilee. So with the hounds right there in front of him, the first one will take its attacks and make 2 bite attacks on Raja. We'll call that number 3. We'll take 2 bite attacks. First one is... Oh my goodness. First one is a 6 to hit. And the second one is... Oh my goodness. My life. I thought I had good dice. The second one is 8 to hit. So both those miss Raja. Right? Yes, both those miss Raja. Let's see, number 2 and number 1. No, number 4. So the flanking sides on Raja are going to also make an attack with advantage. So it'd be a 17 for the first bite. Each of these are going to take 2 bites each. So 17 hits. Second bite from number 2 is an 18. So both those bites will hit. Then the other dog, the other hound will attack him. Makes a 17, so that hits. And the last one is a 17, so that hits. So all 4 bites from number 2 and 3 hit him. This is the bite from this hound. Causes piercing and poison damage. So Raja will take 4 points of piercing damage from 1. Hey Tom, can I have you track this?
Yeah, let me grab a pen and paper.
So 4 piercing,
Okay.
5 poison is the first bite. Second bite
Okay.
is 7 poison, or 7 piercing, 7 poison.
Okay.
Third bite, 10 poison, or 10 piercing, 5 poison. Fourth bite, 2 or 3 piercing, and 9 poison.
Okay. So that's gonna be 11, 24 piercing total.
Negative 24.
Oh, 20. Yep, and that should be. So you're 10, 17, 26 poison.
And negative
For a
26
grand
poison.
total of. That's 50 points of damage.
Okay. So these 3 hounds, the one that had initially been shot, and then the 2 flanking came in. They strike they just start biting everything out of Raja. Just bite after bite, and you see him just taking it one after the other, unable to disengage and get out of there. And by the time the last one bites and steps back just a half a step, you see Raja's body just slam against the ground. The last 2 hounds remaining, number 1 and number 5. Number 1, 30 feet away, is going to rush to Jubilee. So left side, rush up to Jubilee. Number 5 is going to rush up to Cricket.
How many hounds are there? There's 5.
There's
right?
5. So
You gave me 4 attacks.
multi-attack.
Okay.
2 bites each.
Okay.
The one running up to Jubilee, that one, you're going to see as it rocks its shoulders, and almost like it's crouching in front of you, rocks its shoulders, but you see these large blisters, these
Ew.
horrible, you see them starting to expand and stretch and get larger and the thinner and thinner until finally
No. Oh no. Oh my no. Thank
and
you.
all across the bodies of these you see these multiple spores just
Ooh.
are all of you right next to each other, or I just had you all in a line basically? What is your formation?
I mean, we were all at camp, so I feel like we're
Kind
sort of.
got up together, yeah. Like
Yeah,
we
like-
probably clustered a little bit.
When I was away from them when I yelled, so unless they ran to me, I was kind of off on my own, just trying to get, meditating and praying.
Did you guys go up to him? I should have asked this in the beginning. Did you all go up to him to see the hounds, or were you off the way from him?
I think I was talking to Vantalord about them, and that's how I took my
Yeah, I
ration,
think we
so I
all
was
would have
up there,
probably
yeah.
gone up to where he was looking
Okay.
at.
So the order I wrote down was Jubilee, Jubilee, Rihu, Vantalord, Raja, Cricket. Raja's now up by the other dogs. So this one came down at Jubilee. So Jubilee, Rihu, Vantalord, within 15 feet. So, the fungal spore, this toxic cloud of spores released in a 15-foot cone. Creatures in that must succeed a DC a Constitution saving throw.
This is where the +1 that I have gives out if you're within that 10 feet.
Perfect.
And you said, is it poison?
It will be poison, yes.
Okay,
Wait,
so I
what
have advantage.
saving throw are we making?
A Constitution saving throw,
Constitution.
or
Luckily,
take
I've
poison
got a-
damage.
I've got advantage against poison. So, I rolled an
15.
18.
A 15 and an 18, and then also
Yep.
roll for Rihu.
Yep. Let's go here. Constitution is 2. He's got a 14.
Okay, so everyone saves. That would be 18, 20. Everyone takes 10 points of poison damage.
The ones that passed are still taking 10.
It would have been
Rory,
20.
Not me, right? Because I'm on the other side. Of
Correct,
this.
correct.
Okay.
You and Raja are out of the way.
Right.
So it was 20, so half to 10. Then the final
Wait a
one.
second. Give me a second. I've got a resistance against poison as well, along with the advantage.
Oh, do I have something? Let's see.
So take 5 points of damage.
Okay.
The other one is going to come down towards you, Cricket, and do the same thing. You see all these large blisters expand and thin until finally they burst and fluids are just spraying out from it. This toxic smell. Go ahead and roll a
Oh.
Constitution save.
Oh shoot! I get to roll at advantage against poison. That was worse, so that's fine. But I also have resistance to poison damage.
So 5 for you as well.
I got a 6.
6. So you fail your Constitution save.
It pays being dead.
Cricket, you are going to take 16 points of poison damage.
Blech.
As you start to see, and now, Cricket, that you're closer, you see these hounds are not natural.
Clearly, because they've got fungus spores bursting off and poisoning us.
They're in every way very, very mutated, as if some may have been released. And it is currently, I'll let you sit with that thought. 6:15, so we'll go ahead, take our break, and be back in 5 minutes with the rest of this. And while we're on break, we'll go ahead and play our new theme song.
Yay!
So be back in 5 minutes. Mics will stay hot.
So for anyone that's listening to my voice, hopefully in the upcoming weeks we'll have a video going with this. But what do you guys think of this so far? I like how this turned out, Rory.
The song?
Mm-hmm. Felt good to be able to stretch my back.
I bet.
We have that. Well, we have that storm coming through over here, and it dropped the barometric pressure quite a bit. So I get up, and my better half goes, "You better take your Celebrex." I'm like, "Yeah." She's making meatballs.
That sounds good.
Want me to send you my recipe?
Sure. I'm not gonna
OneNote,
say
right?
no to that. What's that?
You have OneNote? Can you use Microsoft OneNote?
I'm not sure. I have whatever that program is you showed me. Libre.
Oh, Microsoft OneNote's built into Windows and it's free. I'm just not sure with your Gmail account. Yeah, you'll have an email with the link. But that's got a...
Well, that's problematic.
What? Oh, that it doesn't... Oh, it's looping the same song instead of actually through a playlist. Huh.
Well, I always do that though. So let's delete. I mean, we still got a couple minutes for me to figure this out, but I always loop it because that's how I have like our other stuff play continually. But
that makes sense.
this time it's actually not stopping. So
Oh, that's...
I'll just take the
Intriguing.
entire program.
Kill it.
And,
Kill the program.
Still didn't work.
Oh no! Maybe change sound effects?
Let me open it back up. And I deleted the file.
That's problematic.
Yep.
Action loop slash stop.
I don't know what's playing it.
Could it be... Would it be the Stream Deck? Expand the Stream Deck. I bet you it's in there.
That's what I closed. That is where I have it. That's where I have the file located.
Okay, time to do some digging.
Well, that's where I had the file located. Because I deleted it.
The Elgato Stream Deck has a tower that play it's
That's
like
hilarious.
wavelength. That's funny.
You know, I did really like the song until about now. Ah!
Oh,
Okay. Well, I ended it that way and it worked. exiting out of the program didn't work, but when I end task, it worked. Okay.
Wow, your CPU is running super high. Oh, Tailspire. Huh. It's like, yeah, that would...
Yeah, I didn't think it would be that high though. All right. Well,
Next
I
time
get.
over at your place, maybe we'll do some. I'll do some tinkering. We're due to hang out in person again anytime, right?
Yeah, right. Because you didn't go tubing. I would have invited the other two of you, but it would have been a pretty far drive for tubing.
I had a birthday party yesterday, and I had recovery jerk.
That's what they all say.
Because I did.
All right, so hopping back into this, I know it's a little bit different theater of mine, but let's go ahead and hop back into it, just to kind of give that visual again to everyone and to the three of you. We have 30 feet away, 3 hounds directly in front of you. 3 hounds surrounding Raja. Raja is out on the ground after those 3 hounds attacked him. The other one, so in the lineup of you guys, kind of like facing off with these hounds, was Jubilee, Rihu, Vantalord, Raja, Cricket. One of them came to Jubilee and used his Spore Cloud. The other one came over to Cricket and used his Spore Cloud. We are now at Cricket, and then Jubilee, and then Rihu. I just draw it out on my paper.
Okay, I'm first then.
Yep. Cricket,
Okay.
then Jubilee. Cricket, this hound just used its Spore Cloud and just... Oh, actually, you're not the only one that has to make that save. Raja and Vantalord also have to make that save, because they're within 15 feet.
Well, I think Raja automatically fails.
Oh, Raja's not within 15 feet. He's over by the other ones, 30 feet away.
Yeah, Rihu has to.
Rihu's on the other side of you, so it's Cricket, where Raja used to be and is not. Vantalord.
Oh, so then it's
Rihu.
me. So
Yep, just you.
And I have advantage against poison, and I've got resistance. So
Yep.
I rolled an 18, so
So you passed. Cricket, you failed, correct?
Yeah, I took 16 points of damage.
So 4 points of damage. And now, Cricket. As you see this very unnatural, a very, very similar type of mutation and corruption that you saw in the lair.
Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do as a bonus action,
Okay.
I'm going to summon that bear spirit, similar to the thing that I did. Not bear the dog, but a bear, an actual bear. Actually, this is gonna be the round of bears. You'll see. But I'm gonna summon that bear spirit, and I'm gonna put it so that it can hit everybody. I think it should be able to. It's a 30-foot radius, so. So like a spectral bear essentially appears, and then
Are you trying to get Raja in that too, or no?
Yes, I definitely want Raja in it since he is. But he said he's 30 feet away from us, right?
Yep, so if you loop him in, you can get, for example...
30-foot radius though, Rory, not diameter.
Thank you. So 60 feet.
60 feet diameter.
You got everyone.
Okay, yeah. So yes, then everybody should get 12 temporary hit points.
Ooh.
And we have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. So everybody will get 12 temporary hit points. I think that should bring Raja up as well, hopefully, so that he's not unconscious on the ground.
Strength checks and what? Strength saving?
Strength saving throw, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how useful that part will be, but the temporary hit points is what I was going for.
Yeah.
Okay, and then for my actual action, since that wasn't really a spell that I cast, it's just like a part of being a druid, I'm gonna cast a spell,
Yep.
which is Conjure Animals. And I'm go ahead and I'm gonna conjure some bears. Again, round of the bears.
Okay.
So I'm gonna cast Conjure Animals and conjure 4 black bears.
Whoa.
And I'm gonna put 2 of them near Raja so they can get there. You said there were 3 by Raja, right?
Yep. So there's Raja, and then on his left and right in front of him.
Yeah, so I'll put the 2 bears so they're kind of flanking so that if Raja does get up and can attack, he can get advantage maybe.
So that they're flanking with Raja. So that
Right.
okay. And
Yeah.
how many
Yep.
are going there?
2 there. And then I'll put 1 attacking the one by me and 1 attacking the one by Mantalord and Jubilee.
And then we have this one over here, this one over here, and we're gonna have Bear 1 flanking Hound with Jubilee. Bear 2 flanking Hound with Raja. Bear 3 flanking Hound with Raja. Bear 4 flanking Hound with you.
Yes.
Okay.
So you see Cricket, she kind of takes her staff and concentrates, and this like bear magical ethereal form forms in the middle, and then 4 actual looking bears are summoned from the earth and are all going to attack the hounds.
So there's 4 bears total, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So do you want me to roll those in order, Rory, so you can keep track, like 1, 2, 3, 4?
If you could, please.
Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, so the first one with Jubilee.
And they all have advantage.
Oh, they all have
Because
advantage.
you put them in places where they're all flanking.
I don't know. Do animals get that though? Like I know, like dire wolves have pack attack, and that's like part of their actual thing. But like black bears don't have that. I mean, I'll leave it up to you. I'm not gonna refuse advantage if you want to give it to them, but
I would say that
because like they're not smart enough to
'Cause
necessarily
I think
do pack attack.
pack
you know?
attack, I think, just means they're within 5 feet.
Right.
Flanking means there's an
They're
opponent
the
on
actual
both
other
sides.
side. All right. Listen, I'll take it.
Yeah, take it.
Okay, so that is 19 to hit.
That hits.
I'm gonna roll. They each have 2 attacks, so I'm gonna roll both attacks at once, and then that way.
Ooh. Yeah, sounds good.
Oh, the other attack. So the bite hits, and then the claw attack I critted.
Nice. Confirm.
Okay. Confirm was a 12. That's probably not enough.
That misses.
So that's fine. Well, it doesn't miss. It's just a regular hit,
Well,
right?
Yes. Yep. Yep.
Okay. So he hits with both. The damage for that is this. Okay, so the bite does 8 damage of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then he slashes out with his claws, or she, and does 9 slashing damage.
Okay.
That is that first bear. Okay, second bear.
Second bear.
That is an 11 to hit. That probably misses.
That misses.
Okay, the claws. That is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
And the claws do. Oh man, I rolled 2 4s on my d4s. 10 slashing damage.
Just big chunk out of the side
Yeah.
of this bear, this hound.
Okay.
And you're rolling
then
these with advantage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Then the other bear 3 is
Yep.
going to attack. That is a dirty 20.
That hits.
And that would be 3 piercing damage from his bite.
Okay.
And then he's going to attack with his claws as well. That is a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Cool. That is 6 slashing damage with his claws.
Perfect.
And then the last one is going to attack. Oh, that is definitely not going to be a hit. That's only a 9.
9 does not hit.
And then his claws. That is an 18 to hit.
That hits.
And he slashes out for 7 damage.
All right.
They're biting and clawing.
Yeah.
That's the end of my turn.
And they do take chunks away at a time. Thankfully, not fully natural bears. Otherwise, they might be vomiting a bit much. Jubilee, and then
Okay.
Rihu.
2 things. Cricket, how close are you to me right now?
I think we're probably like
5,
within
10, 15,
yeah,
about
10,
20
15,
feet. 20 feet.
Okay. Do you have to be near your bears?
No. I mean,
Would you
Not-
like to move? I'll come get you. I'll come get you, and we'll do it together. I just want to make sure you don't have to be in like that spot.
I don't have to stay here now, as long as I'm within 60 feet, which I can be anywhere around here.
Okay, I'm gonna run and sprint up to Cricket, and I'll eat the opportunity attack.
Okay.
Hopefully it misses.
The fact that you
anyway.
knew that was a thing, I feel good that I'm kind of displaying this image. So, let's see. So, that would be a 25 on the die.
A 25 to hit? My 12 armor class?
1 second. Let's see. So it's gonna take a claw attack at you. That makes more
Okay.
sense. That it's gonna try to claw you. So that would make a 19 to hit.
That hits by a lot still, yeah.
Okay.
My squishy warlock body.
So 6 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And make a Constitution saving throw.
$17.
That passes.
Cricket just yelled, I hope this is worth it, Jubilee!
I think it will be.
And resume.
Okay. I'm gonna sprint the 20 feet towards Cricket, and I'm gonna like tuck and roll at the end and just grab her by the ankle, and I'm gonna cast Thunder Step. So it's just, we're gonna teleport. I want to teleport right next to Raja, 30 feet away, and then right behind us, it will be in 10 feet in both directions. Any of the
Hounds.
dogs, yeah, have to make where's my spell? I'm overwhelmed. Constitution saves.
So the 3 hounds near Raja, because that's where we're landing.
No, it's behind us.
Oh,
so the ones
behind
that were
us.
attacking us. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right?
And you can
Immediately
pick
after you
exactly where you
disappear,
land.
Each creature within 10 feet of the space you left. Yeah.
So if each creature, including Raja or not including Raja?
No, it doesn't hit where we're landing. It hits where we're leaving.
Oh, it hits where you're leaving.
Yeah, so like as soon as we disappear and teleport, then the spot that we teleported from
Yep.
gets hit.
So just to make sure you know this, there is Jubilee, Rihu, Vantalord.
Oh, shoot.
So Rihu is standing right next to. Sorry, nope,
Well,
nope.
it's
Because
really within
It
10
would
feet of
just be the
Cricket.
one by me. It would have just been the one by me.
yep, which was
Yeah.
Raja, and Raja's already gone. So that
Right.
thunder blast takes off.
Yeah, 10 feet in each direction.
10 feet. So So it's Cricket, Raja, Vantalord, all 5 feet from each other. So Vantalord would be at
They're
that
all
10.
5 feet from each other?
At least the way I have it drawn out. You guys were in a line.
Okay. I thought we were further apart.
Sure.
Well, you
Cricket
and
was,
I
like,
were on
20 feet
opposite
from me.
ends. Yeah. But Vantalord.
Oh.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Can I take that back because I didn't know where I was.
Totally
standing.
fine. It's a little bit hard in theater
Vantalord
of
can
mind.
make it too. He's fine if he needs to do a
Sure, he could take
Constitution
it.
save.
No, that's
I
a
have
lot
plenty
of
of hit
damage.
points. It's
What'd you say? You have what?
Oh, I've got plenty of HP, and I've got full self
I-
heals right now.
Yeah, I think you just risk it, man.
Jubilee,
I like your plan.
Jubilee, because you can't see this, and because I might not have explained it very well, I think what you're trying to do is impact the creatures as much as possible.
Yeah.
And you have the movement to say move 30 feet.
Right.
So if you went up to Raja,
Yeah.
Thunder stepped back.
Yeah.
I
then
think
you
that's
can get
what you're
3 of them.
trying to do. And
Okay,
you
so
just
that
can't
was-
see it.
That's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna run up the 30 feet to Raja. I'll still take the damage from that first opportunity attack.
Yep, that would still
Um,
happen.
I will like tuck and roll and grab Raja, and then thunderstep.
Okay.
So anything within 10 feet of Raja in any direction
Yep.
has to make a Constitution save.
So that would be all 3 of those hounds and both
My
bears.
bears.
Yeah.
Okay. Constitution save.
Oh, that means I need
Yeah.
to roll.
I don't think they succeeded. What's the DC?
15.
They both failed.
All the hounds failed.
Okay, that's 24 points of thunder damage.
They
Oh,
both of them died.
the hounds.
You killed my back bears, Jubilee. What the heck?
I was trying to get Raja away from the hounds. They're gonna try to eat him while he's already dead.
He's not dead anymore. I just healed him.
Well, he's safe from 3 hounds now.
I'm not dead yet.
He's only mostly dead.
You
Bring
see
out your dead.
one of the hounds drops to the ground, and the whole body just seems to just fall apart from each other. Ligaments fall off and just ooze and pus. The other 2 that were flanking on the sides of Raja are still standing.
Do they look hurt?
I
mean,
yeah, I mean, they definitely, especially from the bear swipes, from this force impact, they're looking hurt, yes.
right.
So
Is
she
there anything
brought
else,
back
Jubilee?
Raja.
Oh, where did you teleport back to?
I only teleport to the one spot. Oh, I will teleport. I'm gonna get closer to the group, so I'm gonna come back and like drop Raja in. If there's a spot between where he was and then where the party's standing, like halfway in between, away from all the fighting.
So it was Cricket, Raja, Vantalord, and Raja went forward. You could go back to that general spot, but you also know that there's a hound right over there too.
Right, because I'm trying to position myself in a spot where then I can be like ranged and I can start casting spells from where I'm at and keep Raja safe, but also like not keep him out of the fight. Like I want him to be able to also use his movement if he wants to jump back in.
Okay, so you just wanted to bounce. It's like there's 30 feet between the group and the where the hounds were.
Yeah, so like 15.
So 15
feet, so they
feet
would have
backward.
to reapproach in either direction. Yeah.
So basically, there's this circle of hounds and companions, and you're the donut hole in the center.
yeah.
Okay, sounds good. That takes us to Rihu and then Vantalord.
Okay. She said that she brought back Raja.
Yep, so there's the 2 hounds in front of you, like 30 feet away.
I'm guessing one of the hounds still has his spear sticking out of it.
Yep, there's the one that was struck with the spear and the bow that's the one that's dead.
Alright. How far away is that one?
The dead one is 30 feet, as well as the other 2, and then there's 2
many-
off, one to your left and right.
Okay. I'm gonna run up and get the spear. That's my 30 feet of viewers.
You have
or,
30
my
feet?
30 feet of movement. Yep, my 30 feet for Rihu.
Oh, for Rihu.
I'm gonna take this. Yep, I'm gonna take the spear out, and then I'm gonna lunge it into the closest hound that's still up.
Okay. So when Rihu runs there to grab that spear, there is now one on each side of him. Are you tracking that?
Yes.
Okay. And then so you grab it and you go to stab one of them.
Yep, the one
Okay.
that's closest to him.
They're both literally on each side of him.
Alright, this is your...
So you can
The one on
pick
his
one.
right.
Okay.
Yeah. Being I'm right-handed, I'm gonna, that way. Okay. So 17 to hit.
That hits.
And this is being two-handed, it's gonna be a 1d8. And that's 8 points of damage. And then say for his bonus action. Yeah. And then for his bonus action, I'm gonna do an unarmed strike on that same.
Okay. Same hound.
Yep. So. Aw, that couldn't. Another 20 on this, so I'm gonna confirm using a different dice, and then this one's gonna go right there, so that way I don't ruin its luck. Aw, a 14.
14 still hits.
Oh! I am thoroughly surprised by that. And that is for a whopping 2 on the dice, so that'd be double
4.
for 4 plus 3, so 7.
7. So after
I am so
after
running
stabbing,
close.
he then takes the spear and pulls it to the side, wrenching the hound over as his fist then just lay into it, and the hound slams against the ground, almost as if the force of his fist then caused this hound to just limbs and ligaments fall apart and ooze the pus out of it. It is dead.
Okay.
So directly next to Rihu, where Raja used to be, is one remaining hound. Then there's one hound all the way to the left of the group and one to the right of the group by the black bears. And that takes us to Vantalord.
Okay. Well, the one that's to the left of the group, that's what, 15 feet from me right now?
From you, that would be from Vantalord?
Yes.
Yeah, 15 feet.
Alright. I'm going to run up to it
Okay.
with my long sword drawn,
Okay.
and I'm going to do a slash attack towards it. So, and I'm gonna use both my attacks on that, just so you know.
Okay.
Alright, so changing dice, bringing them down to like 3 dice that haven't rolled 20s.
And also, because it's not in front of you, on the other side of the hound is a bear. So you have advantage.
Alright, so let's roll that one. 17.
17
Oh.
hits.
And that is a d8 plus 12 points of damage on the first one.
Okay.
And then the second attack, 16.
Okay. Slash. Your sword hits it. You create just these massive carves into this hound. You find once you get a little bit through, it just... What's up?
The second time doing damage, I was a 16 to hit with a 10 for damage.
10 total, right? So,
Yes, 10 total. So the first damage was 12.
Yep.
The second was 10. So
12,
22 points of damage total.
10. Oh,
I just want to make sure you didn't think I did 16.
I did. I thought you did 16.
No, it was 16 to hit.
Okay. Well, these 2 slashes still carve in. You feel your blade almost ease through at some point, and it is looking heavily hurt. And is that your turn?
Yes.
All right. It is then Raja's turn. Raja is going to run down by Cricket and the Black Bear, taking advantage of the moment because he can use his sneak attack. And he is also going to use his rapier. Let's see. So to hit, he hits. His rapier damage. And his sneak attack. 15. As he takes that rapier and slides it in, puncturing a couple of these large growths and stabbing through it and ripping back out like a scene from The Princess Bride and those giant rats. And he causes 15 points of damage.
We're making quick work of these hounds.
And that is, he'll stay... Oh, actually, just to make sure, because he has advantage. Yeah. So that is his turn. So then the Hounds, Cricket, and Jubilee. The Hound up by... And real quick, who failed a check by the Hound? Anyone? Only you, Cricket? Okay. Remind me that when it's your turn.
I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
Hound 1 over by Vantalord. I'm going to check to see if he gets his charge back. He doesn't. So he will try to bite and claw you. First attack. 17 to hit. Second attack. 15 to hit.
And that's for attacking me?
Yeah.
Okay, the 17 hits, the 15 does not.
The 17 does hit?
Yeah, because I still have that -3 on my AC.
Heck yeah.
I want a blacksmith.
So the first one then is a bite attack. For...
We're trying. We're getting our way there.
Three points of piercing damage and 4 points of poison damage.
I have resistance against poison.
Yep. So 2 points there.
Okay.
That was Hound 1. Hound 2 up by Rihu. He has not used the spore attack, the spore cloud. Thank you for the sub. The spore cloud will be used as these large bulbous spores begin to expand and striking only Rihu on this one. So Rihu needs a Constitution save.
Okay. Just make sure he doesn't have any Constitution. That is a 18.
18 passes. So he will take 16 points down to 8.
Okay, so that means it's actually 8 points.
And did you... Oh, that was for Raja. So yeah, a total of 8 points for that one. That's already halved. And then the last Hound, over by Raja and the Bear and Cricket. We'll see if he gets his attack back. He doesn't. So, an attack on Cricket. First with the bite, and then with the...
Rude?
I'll go after Bear.
No.
I was just thinking, like, it's a Hound, so going after a bear, maybe not.
Yeah.
Going after Raja, possibly. Going after, like, Raja, Bear, and Cricket made sense. So, Cricket it is. First one is a 19 to hit for the bite.
Easy. Yeah, my AC is low.
And then for the claw, it is 13.
That hits.
All right, so for the bite, the bite is 9 points of piercing and 6 points of poison.
Ugh.
For the claw attack, it is 6 points of slashing, and you have to make a Constitution save.
No. 14.
You pass, but you already failed your other one, so it would have made no difference.
Oh, great.
That is the Hound's turn. So it is now Cricket's turn, and then Jubilee. Cricket. Fungal infection. This infection deals 2d6 poison damage at the start of the creature's turn. And you can make a saving throw upon each of your turns to see if it goes away.
Okay.
So you take another 9 points of poison damage.
Oh! You just see Cricket trying to wipe the fungus spores off of her. Can I do that at any point during my turn? That saving throw?
The infected creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turn.
End. Okay, so I'll do this at the end then. Well, for my action, I'm gonna actually cast Cure Wounds on myself. So I'm pretty injured, even with those temporary hit points that we all got. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast Cure Wounds. I'm gonna do the second level, just so I get some extra 2d8 here. A 2 and a 1 on my dice. Okay, so I got a whopping 7 hit points. Okay, well, it's still something though. And then that's it, I think. I don't have anything else as a bonus action that I can do. So I will just try and make that save, that Constitution save.
Okay.
I got a 17.
Passes.
Okay.
You feel a sense of relief.
Infected.
Yep.
Okay, good. On my turn, the bears attack. So the one that is standing near me, or do you want to go in order? Do bear number 1 first? So that's
Sure.
the one by
Vantalord. Yep.
Does he still have advantage, or is there nobody else over there?
It's the bear, the hound, and then Vantalord, so it's still at its advantage.
He still has flanking. Okay. Then on his first attack, that is a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Right, that is his bite. So he's gonna take 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Then he's gonna slash out with his claws. 11 to hit. Probably
That does
misses.
not hit.
Okay.
However, with the first bite, the second the slash misses because the body goes limp and it hits the ground as the bear tries to make the swipe. The hound is dead.
Woohoo! And then the last bear that's still alive is gonna try and attack the hound that just attacked me. And that is a 15 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, his bite does 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then he's gonna swipe with his claws. 11 again.
That misses.
Yeah.
This time the hound pulls away, even ripping some flesh out with the bite, and the bear misses with the swipe.
That's it for my turn.
Jubilee, then Rihu.
All right, where do we have hounds left?
Okay.
Lay it out for me.
Stage right.
Stage right.
Black bear, hound, cricket, Raja. So black bear, hound, cricket, and then Raja is off to the
Right.
side.
Got it.
Stage left, you got Vantalord and Black Bear.
No hound.
No hound. In the back, or in the middle, there's Jubilee and Raja. No, Raja moved. There's Jubilee. And in the back, there's Rihu. And
A hound.
Hound. Rihu and Hound. So you have one behind, like, back of the stage with Rihu and Hound. And
Okay.
over by Raja and Cricket is another Hound.
I know what I must do. Eldritch Blast.
At the one with Rihu.
Not the one in the big pool of your companions?
Well, because they have all this advantage on this one bear.
He's trying to get you to do it so that you fail
Oh my
and hit
God,
us.
okay. That's funny. Finally, I was just talking about how I never rolled that.
You spoke it into existence.
I did. The first one is a 23 to hit.
Okay.
And then how do I confirm the crit?
Just
I roll and then what do I have to
See if it hits. Just roll a d20, add your modifier.
Oh, that's a 19 on the die.
That
plus
hits.
7, so.
Yep.
Woohoo! We got a natural 20, you guys. I'm so excited.
Crab goes mild.
Okay. Let's really hope that this rolls high now. We got max damage. Okay, wait. So do we do double the damage? Is that how you do your natural 20s? Okay. So
Double
it's
the
gonna be-
die and add the modifier.
Okay, so Eldritch Blast has no modifier. It's just 20 points of
Oh.
force damage, and then I gotta do
Oh.
the next one. And then the next one's another 7, so 27 total to the hound next to Ryu.
Okay.
Woo!
Sure. How does it look? It went way over its hit points, so how does that look?
So Jubilee holds her hands out and like looks back and forth, and she is trying to decide which one to go with, and then sees Rihu alone with this one and gets like a little bit angry about it, and she's got like a little bit of an eye twitch going on. And she releases this sparkly black smoky pew. One comes out of one hand, and then the other one, she's like, it's not doing so good, and she like holds her hand forward, and then the other one shoots a little harder than the first one.
Upon impact, they strike, and the first one definitely, the Eldritch Blast burrowed through this hound, and the second one just emphasized it as it just explodes in its spot, splattering all this ichor over Rihu.
Woohoo!
Sorry, Rihu.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out here now. I'm so happy.
All right. Rihu, then Vantalord.
Okay, so being that it looks like Rihu may be running to the last town. Oh wait, no, there's a hound still in front of him. I'm
No,
sorry.
that hound's the hound by Rihu is the one that was just blown up. The only hound left is by Cricket and Raja, about 30 feet away from Rihu, and about 30 feet away from Vantalord.
Oh, I need coffee. Okay, I'm running to the hound by Cricket.
Vantalord or Rihu?
Rihu.
Okay.
It's Rihu's turn.
Just making sure.
Don't worry, I don't blame you. I'd do the same.
Okay, so
Once I'm there, take the first attack with this spear.
Okay.
And I'm gonna, again, just right into that hound.
just
and
don't
I'm
roll
guessing-
low.
Well, I've got advantage because it's flanked.
Just don't roll low.
23.
Okay. You hit.
If I roll low with advantage,
I have
on
rolled
two,
double ones before.
I have 2.
Yes, that makes 2. Yes.
12. No, 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. Okay.
Okay. Second attack, I'm gonna do the Fury of Blows.
Okay.
With advantage, 16.
16 hits.
Okay, and a D4.
Tom, I love that you called it Fury of Blows because I'm pretty sure it's Flurry of Blows, but I really like Fury of Blows.
You know what? We were talking about a barbarian and being raged. That's where my brain.
Fury
still
of
stuck.
Blows, you know?
Yep. 6 points of damage.
6 points. All right.
For anyone that's joining Blue Box, I'm a little nuts.
your
Alright,
your
so that
punches
And
land.
playing two characters right now, so
That's
it's
always
okay.
fun.
Yeah. One that I think I've only played, this time and one other time. So I've never done a human monk before.
All right, the
My
hound
best man.
is extremely wounded at this point. Is that Rihu's turn?
Yes, it is.
Okay, Vantalords, you are 30 feet, a little bit more than 30 feet, just because there's so many people to like get into a spot
Yep.
to be able to reach it. You'd be like 35 feet away.
I see her.
Literally, this
Is
thing
there
is
a-
surrounded.
Is there a gap wide enough for me to shoot my crossbow through?
I mean, you can see the hound,
I can see it.
but it's gonna be a like a called check or a called shot, so it's gonna have a higher AC. It basically has 3/4 coverage. Think of it that way.
You know what? I'm calling the shot.
3/4 would be a plus 2 plus. Okay.
Okay. Calling the shot, hitting with my crossbow to said hound. With advantage, I roll a 19.
Vantalord's right here. You're shooting a crossbow.
Yes,
Your
which
bolt,
does a D8. So
your bolt zips by in between both Cricket and Raja's head or waist as it strikes hard into the hound.
that does it does 7 points of damage.
7 points. It goes in and seems to just rip up stuff on the inside of this hound. It buckles down to a knee, but it just barely holds. It's just a pitiful image of a hound covered in sores and pores and bleeding out this ichor. That takes us to Raja and then the hounds. Raja just walks up to it and
Just struts his stuff.
places his hands over the eyes of the hound and just casts Burning Hands, aiming his hands down into the ground to not hit anyone around him, and just and I think that causes some, I don't know, like 6 points of damage. What's I'd imagine more than this creature has left. Reaction, action, attack, sneak attack. Oh, where's it at, Raja? I forget what it is. The creature has 1 hit point left. So, it dies. Like, the face just melts off and just pools into the ground. And the body goes limp and falls against the ground. And the black bear just stands there.
So I guess we shouldn't pet them.
I look at them like, well, with how much poison these put out, I ain't eating them. I decided against it. I still want food though, and I still want gin.
Want to eat a pussy dog? Gross.
As soon as I can I take a look around and make sure we're not going to be attacked again before I dismiss all of these things?
Yeah, roll a perception check.
Okay. Oh gosh, that is a 29.
Yeah, I mean, you even tap into the bears themselves in a sense, and their attunement with nature and their keen smell, and they're not picking up. You're really confident they're not picking up anything in the nearby area.
Right. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and dismiss the
bears.
and the bear totem, so you guys lose your temporary hit points.
Does that mean Raja goes back down, being that he had temporary hit points?
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Well, somebody heal him before I dismiss
So-
him.
That's what I was
I
just gonna
got
say.
it.
It drops him back down to 0.
Just kidding, Raja, sorry.
I'm going to cast Spare the Dying, and he'll be stabilized.
So he's standing weak and weary, dizzy and just nauseous, with all of 1 hit point.
I come up to him and I'm like, well, hopefully until we hit town, this should help.
He'll
I-
lift his hand to you real quick. And goes, if we're going to do this stuff, I can't always depend on you. And you'll see him rub his hands together, and he'll bring them out and just slap them against his chest. He will cast.
Is he still shirtless?
He is. He will cast. Oh, what is it called? It is called Phoenix Heart. So he'll cast Phoenix Heart as he pounds his hands against his chest. The tattoo on his back emanates even more light. His whole body, you can see from it around his hands as this flame flickers and flickers out from between his fingers, and it starts to almost expand outwards as it's all absorbed back into his body. And he regains 7 points of healing.
You look like you might still need a little bit of extra juice there, Raja.
Yes, I'm not saying I can't use more, but perhaps we find a better time to use it. Just unless I mean, y'all look kind of beat up too, so I gotta be able to stand on my own.
Well, regardless, I'm actually feeling pretty good. I didn't get much of a beating. Thankful to the dwarven poison. My family is accrued. I still lay my hands on him and I give him 10 points of.
Okay, brings him up to 18. Or it makes him look less hurt.
How is everybody else looking?
I'm fine.
Rihu's okay?
Rihu is only down 4 hit points.
All right, then I'm gonna go ahead and cast Cure Wounds on myself again. Listen, I'm not resistant to poison damage. In fact, it's sort of a poisonous thing that killed both my parents. So I'm definitely gonna heal myself up again.
As she says that, I'm like, I know that thing hit you pretty hard. Are you having any poison side effects still, or are you good?
Oh my god, I rolled a 1 on my 1d8. Okay. What is the point of this spell? Oh, jeez. I mean, I still get 5 points of healing, but still. Ugh. I don't think I'm feeling any more of the side effects, right, Rory?
No, you saved.
Nah, I once I got those spores off my body and that fungus was no longer burning my skin, I think I'm okay for now.
So now do we want to continue heading to town? And I would really like to fix my armor.
Hey, where were the were-rats?
Where were they this whole time?
You say that and you look back and you see all 4 of them behind a tree.
Thanks for the help, Cedric.
You're welcome. Oh, we were watching back here.
Yeah, right. I'm sure you would have stepped in if things went poorly.
Yeah.
Didn't even give us any bardic inspiration. Cheer us on.
All right.
Well, I suppose we should, just keep trying to go. Do we want to try and find this Phoenix Talon before we leave the forest?
I kind of feel like we should.
Before I'm gonna also look. You said these creatures look like not natural. Like, if I kind of examine them a little bit, like, can I tell? I mean, I don't want to necessarily touch it to my skin, but like, if I pick up some of the pustule, like liquid or something, if I smell it, can I figure out like what its origin is or anything about them?
Yeah, he said that it was like leaking sap too.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a nature check.
Oh,
Ooh, 21.
Very similar to some of the stuff you were seeing in the clan's lair, where some of the stuff that Malachi was doing, there seems to be similar signs of the body being deformed and twisted, things not lining up naturally. Even these spores they're not just like a blister, they're almost like a fungus type of spore, right? Designed to be able to create a pus or create a spore cloud.
Is it kind of similar to the same spore cloud stuff as on the plants, like those vines that we had to get through and stuff?
Very similar.
But I don't have any idea like what could be causing that, or like what is there? Could it be like a fungal infection that's like spreading, or is it intentional? Like you said, it sort of had the same vibe as like Malachi messing with nature.
Prior to meeting Malachi, thinking that it was some kind of infection would make sense because of the interactions you've had with Malachi and the creatures and the laboratory, right? Then, and with your 21, it's much more clear that this is one of his creations.
Well, hopefully we don't encounter any more of these things in the woods, but I also wouldn't be surprised if some of his other deformities are wandering around here. So we should keep our eyes peeled.
All
I
right.
think we should find that last eagle talon. Then I want to get to Talon.
Phoenix Talon.
With that, you just see me walking away like,
We're literally
Just
looking for
hungry.
3 pieces of Phoenix, Vantalor. No eagles.
No eagles.
want to eat. Something that
Okay.
tastes like chicken.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead then, and it only lasts for 10 minutes, so I'll do this while we walk. Like, I'll wait till we're packed up from camp and stuff. Obviously, I'm not gonna cast it and then sit here in the same spot, right? But I'll cast Locate Object, and if we ever pass within, and I'll try and picture the image of sort of like a eagle talon, like, but more like a phoenix, using the reference image on Raja's back. I'm just gonna walk behind Raja the whole time, staring at his phoenix tattoo. And also, like, we briefly saw a live phoenix in the cave.
That is true.
When we were in the lab, so
So you have seen a phoenix talon.
yeah, as far as I can remember, like that, and using his back as maybe a reference point. And as we walk, I'll just think about that, and if we are ever within 1,000 feet of it, then I would be able to locate it.
Okay. Over those 10 minutes, as you are focusing on that, you get a couple different pings. One of them, as you're first starting it up, is the tattoo on his back. And then
I got that one.
and then you start to adjust your image to the real phoenix, and you're thinking about its feet, and you're thinking about that, or thinking about the claws, the talons. And during those 10 minutes, you pick up on no indication.
I tried Jubilee, but I couldn't find anything, at least here.
Maybe it will pop up. We're not close enough to it right now.
Yeah, the thing is, I'd have to cast it again.
Oh.
Like, it only lasts for 10 minutes, so it only kind of works if we know we're in, like, the right actual area, you know?
Yeah. Well, they said the heart of the forest, and we have the map, so maybe if we go straight for the middle.
Or do we just want to go right to town? I'll say this, I think like if Malachi's been looking for that for who knows how long, it's possible it's not here anymore. Maybe
That's true.
somebody else picked it up in the meantime. Maybe he found it and did something else with it. I'm not sure.
Maybe we could go to town and ask if anyone knows about it.
Right? Yeah. That's a good idea. Maybe we can find some sort of like, you know, maybe there's like a bestiary kind of person that might have an idea of any animals like that they've seen come through, or you know, animal parts.
And I think Vantalor just wants chicken.
I
think Vantalor also wants his armor repaired. He's a little bit of a diva. He can't handle the nature time.
His armor's dented. He can't handle it. He's
It's
like, I
like,
need chicken wings, please.
I
let
need
me
a
go
bed.
to town."
I need a chicken.
I need a tavern. I need a blacksmith.
All right,
I
so
need a good, comfortable bed.
as all of you, the 5 of you and the 4 were-rats, or the 6 of you with Bear, and the 4 were-rats are slowly making your way through the swamplands, and it taking a little bit longer because of the age of especially some of the were-rats, helping them out. You're carrying the chest with you still, right?
I'm dragging.
That's right, you're dragging it. So a little bit slower of a pace, even slower than normally walking through a swamp. A little bit more than a day goes by in you finally breaching the edge of this swamp. Even after getting out of the swamp, you are still in a little bit of a forest. Like it transitions into forest, and you keep going. You transition a little bit more out of the forest, and you start to see in the horizon, probably about 500 yards away down a hill, as you're coming out of this forest, a large city down there. Not sure exactly how large. I mean, its comparison to Wood's Edge, it's a bit smaller than that. So Wood's Edge being about 10,000 people. But from this distance, it's hard to see exactly the size or complexity that this city brings. But definitely looks like Northern Lights is straight ahead. As you all continue to approach and go that direction, that is where we will end tonight's session and wrap it up with a stars and wishes, and go from there. Cricket, let's start with you.
Well, I will give my stars to Vantlord for running 2 characters during that combat, and also for making the comedic relief of being like, get me out of here, I want to eat something, I want to get out of this swamp, which I think like all of them are feeling that way, but
It also
yeah.
doesn't help. There's fresh meatballs. Literally, the smell of it coming into my office.
There's a little bit of that meta game interference.
Yes.
But yeah, and then wishes, I guess. Yeah, I'd like to see some potential things, like cool things we can get, especially because we got all this money from the chest. Now I would love to see like what kind of stuff we might be able to get, whether it's like supplies or, you know, some magical thing. Also, we have a lot of stuff that maybe we can sell.
Yes.
I know like shopping episodes are not necessarily like the most fun things for people, but I think it would be cool to see what kind of cool things we could do with the
Whatever's fun to you guys. That's whatever's fun to you guys.
Also, did we decide what the split was for what we each personally get versus what we put in the
Vantalord
pot?
literally just texted it in the
Oh, he
chat.
did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yep, I
Okay.
wanted to make sure
I'll
everyone got
update my
it.
sheet then. Okay.
All
That's it
right.
for me.
Let's go to Evangelord, Star and Wish.
Oh man. I say I gotta split it both between Taylor, Cricket and Julie. I love the way how you guys interact just throughout everything, keeping things a little more serious, keeping things a little more entertaining, that bright, peppy I can't just give it to one or either one of you because you guys are a lot of fun to play with. So yeah. But as I say, my wish, I want to find a good blacksmith. And maybe even get some different armor. I don't know yet. And hopefully have the other two of our group back.
That too.
Maybe something special for my birthday. No.
Jubilee.
I am going to give my star to Cricket for being the strategy in our combat as usual, doing all of the logical things while I run around like a chicken without a head, trying to cast spells, hoping that something kills something.
I don't know that
Cricket
27
always
hit.
has. I know the 27 was good, but Cricket just always seems to have the like. This is going to make sense, and it makes sense for multiple rounds, and it makes sense for multiple people within the multiple rounds. And I'm like, I'll just kill something. Woohoo!
It helps that Cricket has an 18 wisdom, so I'm like, I gotta play her like she kind of knows what she's doing in battle.
I love it. And then my wish would be to, when we get to town, find the weirdest shop with the weirdest NPC and the weirdest magic item that I am going to
Why
purchase,
have I not
no
thought
matter
of
what
that?
it is.
Yes, you know for sure. So, oh man, I can only imagine the things Rory's gonna come up with.
Creepy dolls, haunted things, give them to me. I will purchase all of them.
Yeah, I gotta not just what's weird. What's weird to, you know, what's weird to
Yeah, what's weird
Jubilee
to
might be
Jubilee?
something that's normal.
That's so true. They're gonna be like, here's a blanket.
Wow, I've never seen this before.
Here's a hug. Do you know what that is?
Here's a hug. Oh.
Here's a hug from a parent. Have you ever experienced that?
I don't know. I can't remember.
No.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow.
I don't think Jubilee
did
wished
that.
for trauma, okay?
This got dark in the last few
Yeah.
minutes.
1 point of emotional damage.
Right?
Oh man.
Woo.
All right.
Let me
So
roll my leggings up or my shorts up. Crab got deep.
like always, I forgot to look ahead of time. Where's it at? I thought I just saw. Is Jay not on tonight? Nope. 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 Nope.
When should we start doing jazz hands?
Right now.
I think you meant
Fine then.
I think you mean thieves can't.
Yes.
Thieves
Yeah,
can't.
thieves can't.
Yeah, he's on.
Okay,
I
fine.
thought
Then as
so.
he's doing that, if you are watching and have not followed, if you have followed and not subscribed, if you have subscribed and your subscription has lapsed, finally. If you are currently subscribed and not part of our fantastic Discord community, we have one question for you tonight.
What are you doing?
I was really off on that one.
Oh, thanks for the bits, Renrab.
Not next Sunday, Run Rabbits. 2 weeks, August 11th.
Oh, and